Welcome into the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. This is the 5A Division I Regional Finals, Highland Park in Frisco, Lone Star. Scots and Rangers, only one team between these two seasons. Highland Park only one loss, I should say. 13-1 Highland Park, Lone Star 14-0. Two high-scoring offenses you'll watch tonight. Scotty's averaging 48 a game. The Rangers putting up 43 a game. But you can't sleep on the defenses either. Lone Star's allowed just 47 over the last 3 games. Highland Park over the last 3 games has allowed just 43 points. That's over 3 games combined. 2 great quarterbacks, 2 outstanding running backs, and the coaching's on both sides pretty good too. We'll have a lot more to come on our Sewell Automotive pregame show. Stand by. Our coverage continues next.
I hope I don't give off like this VIP persona, but Sewell has kind of messed with my head in that way to kind of make me feel like I'm a VIP when it comes to cars. My husband will joke, he's like, you're obsessed with your car. I'm like, I am. I'm not a car person, but I'm obsessed with my car because of Sewell. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Curtis Law, the game-winning lawyer.
I'm a link in the chain. I am a link in the chain.
I am a link in the chain.
I'm 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 a link in the chain.
I am a link in the chain.
I am a link in the chain.
I'm 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 a link in the chain.
When you play one of us, you play all of us.
Well, we're indoors again this week, and it seems familiar. There's a reason Highland Park and Lone Star met here just a year ago when the Scots eliminated the Rangers 41-28. And in fact, that is the last time Lone Star lost a football game. Appreciate you being with us. Russell Scott here along with Coach Jim Castellaw, Brian Sperry, our statistician. And down on the field, Jay Ellis and Pat Sauer will be in the stands tonight. And, of course, our full complement of Game On Sports Network crew. Jim? Ready for a game, and this is going to be a game.
Hey, I was ready for this on Monday afternoon. This one is the ones you look forward to all year long. Battle of heavyweights. I mean, the Lone Star 13-0, Scots 12-1. It doesn't get any better than this. Last year, great game, but Lone Star has really gone on a run since that loss to Highland Park a year ago. And again, gone undefeated throughout the regular season. They are super talented. They jump off the film at you when you see them play.
Let's go back to school for just a minute. Compare and contrast, if you will, the two quarterbacks, Buck Randall, and of course the quarterback for the Rangers, who is only a sophomore, but Trey Wright's awful good.
Trey Wright is impressive. He's the best way I can describe him. He's Kyler Murray-esque. I mean, he's not Kyler Murray, but he has a lot of the same traits. He can escape the pocket. He can throw the deep ball very well. He throws his receivers open a lot of times by putting the ball out in front of him, and his receivers are fast enough just to go get it. The one area he lacks a little bit on is the intermediate routes, the pinpoint routes. On those, Buck Randall definitely has an advantage, I think, on what he's done so far this year. But Buck has tremendous running ability as well. Trey Wright, Scots are going to have to keep him in the pocket. Rush lanes are going to have to be pure. They're going to have to spin back, not open up gaps, because Trey Wright will take them the distance if you do.
Trey Wright comes into the game, 2,900 passing yards, 1,300 rushing yards. Highland Park quarterback Buck Randall has 4,000 passing yards and his run for 451 yards. Now let's talk a little bit about what happened last week with this Rangers team. They had a nice win over West Mesquite, beat them, I think, a little better than most people expected, 47-20 the final score.
I came out to that game, and I'd been sitting in my seat probably 10 minutes, and I looked up, and it was 24-0, halftime 40-0. The Lone Star just blew away West Mesquite. West Mesquite never had a chance to get going. They scored a few points in the second half, but it was already decided by that point.
Well, we had a chance to catch up with head coach Randy Allen of the Scots this week to talk about last week's victory over Wakeland for the Scots, and maybe more importantly, his thoughts on Lone Star. So let's roll the video. Here's head coach Randy Allen.
We emphasized getting off to a fast start. We hadn't gotten off to a fast start in the previous week or two, so we wanted to get off to a fast start. And I thought our guys were mentally ready to play, and they played with great effort. And as you mentioned, we had a big finish of the first half that kind of gave us a comfortable cushion, although it wasn't over with yet, because Wakeland came back and scored first in the second half. And I had seen them come back from 14-0 the week before against Cedar Park, so I knew they had a lot of grit and a lot of comeback in them, and they could throw the ball. So we swapped out with them. We'd score, they'd score, we'd score, they'd score, and then finally, late in the game, we were able to put in some substitutes and finish it off.
Lone Star. I mean, they haven't lost since you beat them last year. How good is this team this year, and what are you expecting?
Well, I think they're better than they were last year. I think they're more explosive on offense and they're faster on defense. So I think their record of 13-0 and being ranked number 2 in the state is very indicative of their talent. They've got guys going to Florida, Florida State, Michigan, and Baylor. So they have quite a few Division I players on their football team. And they pose a real challenge to us. And we're going to have to play our best game to beat them, and field position and being great tacklers and not giving up explosive plays is going to be a big part of the game.
They moved their quarterback to receiver and running back and brought in a new quarterback, another sophomore. That didn't happen very often because Carice Hoyt had great yardage last year. Just talk a little bit about that move.
I know you don't make many mistakes, but you made one there. They moved him to running back and safety, and he's an outstanding player, and he is a two-way player. But once you see Trey Wright, you won't have any questions about why he beat out Hoyt and why Hoyt's a better fit at running back and safety. He's a strong physical runner and really a presence back there as a free safety. And this Trey Wright, the quarterback, he's really fast. He may be a 4.4, but he can really go, and he can throw the deep ball very well, very accurately.
There's head coach Randy Allen talking about last week's game and also talking a little bit about Lone Star tonight. We're indoors again tonight, but if we were having to play this, it wouldn't be great weather outside. 48 degrees in Frisco. And of course, we're indoors where it's a comfortable 72. And the biggest part about being able to play indoors is you don't have to deal with the wind.
That's, people think it's the rain. Rain you can deal with as long as it's not just raining sideways, but the wind, especially in a passing attack like the Scots have, and for that matter, like Lone Star has, that would mess the whole game up, change everything. So Coach Allen, whenever he's got the chance, and I'm sure the Lone Star coach feels the same way, love playing here at the Star.
Weather update brought to you by Olivella's Restaurant, Pizza, and great food at Olivella's, a proud sponsor of Highland Park football. We've still got a lot more to get to. We're going to talk a little bit more about the defenses of these two teams, and also we'll get the scouting report from some of the Highland Park players on what to expect from the Rangers tonight. Invite you to stick around. We're going to continue with our Sewell Automotive pregame show right after we take this timeout.
I love the idea that when you pull into the service garage, your name comes up on the screen. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Infiniti locations.
I put a lot of mileage on my car. So I am practically at Sewell every 3 months. Every single time that I go, it's amazing. Everybody is welcoming, everybody is professional, everybody is kind. It's just like easy, fast, right to the point. You're in, you're out. Cannot imagine being with anybody else but Sewell. Their customer service is absolutely flawless. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
Inside the Ford Center here at the Star in Frisco, Texas, Russell Scott along with Jim Castlaw getting set for Lone Star and Highland Park. We talked a little bit about the offense, at least about the quarterback. So let's talk a little bit about the defense. What are the Scots going to see tonight from the Rangers defensively?
Well, they run to the ball. I mean, I've never seen a defense that short of the Scots that run to the ball so well. They got three very tough defensive linemen up front. Marcel Dominguez, Chris Knowles, and Colson Jaggers. Jaggers starts also at tight end on offense too, so you'll see him number 45 both ways, but they come upfield hard. Offensive line's going to have to really do their job to fan them wide and let Buck have time to stand in and throw. Their linebackers are also very stout. Number 26 is a sophomore, Caleb Tasby. He moves very well sideline to sideline, along with Nicholas Viveros, who does a great job as well. Secondary, again, you look for weak points, and they don't have many. So this is going to be, like I say, a battle of juggernauts.
Over on the defensive side for Highland Park, you had an injury in there. Nick Vander West Houston will be out of the game tonight. Broke an arm last week. He thought he was going to be able to play. He probably would have been suited up if it was left up to him, but he's not going to be able to play tonight. So Highland Park's brought up a couple other guys who likely will fill some of that defensive line rotation.
Right, Charlie Flint will move over and play some nose, backing up Henry Hobbs. Charlie's been a defensive end most of the time, but he's very capable at nose, even though he's a sophomore. Also, you look for Patton Vargas to play a little nose along with Charlie Brewer, defensive end, in Flint's place from time to time. Don't forget about Dylan Palmer, though. He's a backup who has played extremely well the last 3 or 4 games, made big plays, tackled the Wakeland for the safety in the previous game.
The leading tacklers for Highland Park, Langdon Murray comes in with 83 tackles on the season. 42 of those have been solo tackles. And Bo Jones, 84 tackles, and he's had 16 quarterback pressures. Those are the two guys that really have a nose for the football.
And the guys that are really going to be tested tonight, the corners in the secondary, Martin True, Ronan Moreland, cornerbacks Dean Doolin and Jack Sumner. They've, again, Lone Star has speed, so they're going to have. It'll be interesting to see how the Scots choose to play it. Do they back off and play zone, or do they get up and try to jam at the line of scrimmage?
We've kind of given you what to expect from the Lone Star Rangers. Now let's get our player scouting report. This week we talked to linebacker Langdon McMurray, safety Ronan Moreland, and running back Matthew White to find out their thoughts on what to expect tonight. They've got the coin toss going on right there. And Highland Park going to play offense, I believe. Let's go to our scouting report, and we will unscramble all of that right after this.
I put a lot of mileage on my car. So I am practically at Sewell every 3 months. Every single time that I go, it's amazing. Everybody is welcoming, everybody is professional, everybody is kind. It's just like easy, fast, right to the point. You're in, you're out. Cannot imagine being with anybody else but Sewell. Their customer service is absolutely flawless. I drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
It's the Baker Brothers replay. Team Baker Brothers really stopped that running toilet in its tracks. No more running toilets.
Now that's what I call a bathroom break.
Okay, Jimmy.
Call now to get this month's great deal from Baker Brothers.
Well, again, Highland Park getting ready to take on Lone Star tonight. The Scots coming off a 47-20 win over Wakeland a week ago right here at the Star in Frisco. Let's go back and take a look at some of the highlights from that game.
It's the Baker Brothers replay. Team Baker Brothers really stopped that running toilet.
'Cause everything I touch turns gold. Yeah, everything I touch turns. Everything I touch turns gold. Yeah, everything I touch turns gold. Everything I touch turns gold.
Couple of minutes away from kickoff between Lone Star and Highland Park. Let's take a quick look at the Highland Park starting lineup tonight. Scots will be on offense to get everything started. And Hope Speaks. And starting at quarterback is Buck Randall. We talked a little bit about him. 6'1", 180 junior. One of the things that a lot of people may not know is that he has already surpassed the numbers put up by some guy named Matthew Stafford, who was a Scot back in the day.
Some old timer. He's in his late 30s now.
But one of the things you talked about was they didn't throw quite as much when Stafford was in high school.
Not quite as much. Buck is really, obviously, let's stop here for the national anthem. National anthem played by the Highland Park Highlander Marching Band. Let's continue a little bit of talking. Buck Randall passed up Matthew Stafford in stats. Comes into the game tonight, 4,000 passing yards. He's got 47 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, and he's run for another 451. And another 11 touchdowns on the ground. Well, he's always been a tremendous passer, but he's getting better and better, and I think people who are in the stands see it. The ball just, it's not like I'm going to throw it up and let you run under it. He puts the ball on a rope where he wants it to be and can do it. And then to add to that, he's become very good at knowing when to run and when not to run, when to wait for the routes to open up.
Speaking of running, Matthew White in the backfield, 5'10", 195-pound halfback, 682 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns. We've heard from other coaches of other teams who have said throughout the season, one of the best running backs they've seen in the Metroplex.
Especially when you categorize him and how he catches the ball out of the backfield. That's the thing. Usually you're much better at one. Matthew, I look at and I go, he's pretty dang good at either one of those things. And so the Scots have reaped the benefits of that.
The Scots have a great receiving core. It's led by Cannon Bozeman, 1,000-yard receiver, 14 touchdowns. He goes over 1,000 even though he missed a couple of games this season.
Right. I mean, it's amazing what Cannon's able to do. And even against double coverage, he finds a way to get open. If you just get him the ball in some space, he's liable to go the distance any play.
And I know the thing you love to talk about is the offensive line. They've had injuries. We've had some shuffling and some mixing and matching, but they continue to do a great job week in and week out.
Give credit to Coach Grayson Wells and Coach James Farnsley. They've weathered a big-time storm with injuries in the offensive line, and look where we are. 4 games deep into the playoffs, regional final, and the offensive line continues to get better.
Starting lineups brought to you by Hope Speaks, and we're ready to get this one underway. Logan Moore has it teed up. He'll kick from right to left as we watch from the press box here at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco.
Lone Star usually pooches, and here it is.
It is going to be a short, high end-over-end kick, and it's going to go out of bounds right about the 25-yard line.
A penalty out of bounds. Good job by, was that Bozeman there? I believe they let it go out of bounds without trying to catch it. A lot of times you'll see guys try to catch the ball over their shoulder and keep it from going out of bounds. Scots are better coached than that.
Highland Park's going to bring those guys out on the line. It's going to be Stuart Allday and Trip Townsend at the tackles, and at center is George Hunt. Benton Weathersby, the sophomore, will be at right guard. Mason McDowell is getting moved to left guard. He replaces Cooper Alt.
Number 85 of Frisco. The ball be placed at the 30. First down, Highland Park.
That is Carwin Shaw, our referee tonight. Cooper Alt is out with an injury. Mason McDowell gets the start. The receiving core, Harrison Cullum, Cannon Bozeman, Colton Hamill, and Isaac Hutchinson. We'll have to see if Charlie Olmstead's going to be able to go or not, or is he still going to be out?
He's out tonight.
Scots will start with 2 in the backfield. They're going to work out of a pistol look formation, a little bit of a new formation for the Scots. Pitch back, and here's the throw. Buck Randall's got a receiver down there, overthrows intended. Harrison Cullum, he was stride for stride with the defensive back, Santonio Martin.
Little trickery right there, a little razzle-dazzle. Coach Allen trying to go deep. Good coverage, though. You know, you want to connect on that, but more than anything else, I think, you want to send a message to the defense. You better back up, or we will eventually go over the top.
Second down 10 for Highland Park from their own 35-yard line.
Safety coming up tight. Number 7, Bryce Hayes Roberts for Lone Star.
Looks like they're coming in with pressure this time. Bozeman's wide to the left side. Here's the pitch out to the left side. This is Bozeman.
Oh, yeah.
He gets a block, and now it's a foot race. Across the 50, down to the 40. He's at the 30. Finally going to be tackled just before he got to the 20-yard line. Finally catching up to him is Carice Hoyt, the safety, and this will go for 42 yards.
Oh, wow, and what a block out in front right here by Harrison Cullum. Just a little screen bubble to Bozeman, and Cullum makes his block. Bozeman makes the cornerback miss, and he is down the sideline, set the Scots up almost inside the red zone.
Highland Park will get all the way to the 23-yard line. First down, Scots. Again, they've got 2 in the backfield. It's going to be Flowers and White. Fake the handoff, pitch it out to the right side. Caught. This is Cash Tanner. He'll go up the right side, cross the 15, down near the 14-yard line. Linebacker Jordan Deck tackles him. This will take it inside the red zone, brought to you by Randall Dentistry.
Right, I love how Coach Allen started. He said he wants to get off to a fast start. That's why he took the ball, went it on the flip, but he's stretching Lone Star horizontally, making them cover the whole field, and that's a tough order with his receivers and his quarterback.
Scots from the right hash mark. Line of scrimmage is the 14. Man in motion. And Buck Randall wants to throw, looks left. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He'll run and pick up maybe a couple of yards, not a whole lot right there. He gets out of bounds before he gets tackled. He had Caleb Tasby chasing him down. Tasby's only a sophomore, but he's a big guy out there and very physical. 82 tackles on the season.
Yeah, so far Scott's right there to get some late pressure from the defensive end. Marcel Dominguez, keep an eye on him. That's going to be a battle between Stuart Allday and him out there on the left side of the Scots offense.
Second down and 9. Here comes the running play to James Flowers, and he'll get his feet chopped out from under him. That's Quentin Henderson, who was on the tackle, along with nose guard Chris Knowles.
James Flowers has been able to get around the edge earlier this year, but it's going to be tough tonight as hard as Lone Star runs laterally.
James Flowers right now has 52 carries on the season, but he's got 8 touchdowns already.
All right, coach likes to use him inside the 5-yard line to plow in the end zone. Here comes the blitz from Lone Star. Scott's got to pick it up.
Third down and long, Highland Park. Buck Randall, straight drop back, sets in the pocket, has a receiver, catches it. That's Hutchinson. He's going to be tackled at the 9-yard line, short of the first down. Bryant Robertson will tackle him, and fourth down approaching for Highland Park. Will they go for it or take the field goal?
It looked like Sutton Stock entering the game to at least line up for the field goal, but again, we saw Coach Allen pulled out a bunch of trick plays last week. I wouldn't put it past him right here.
It's going to be a 25-yard attempt from the left hash mark. Ronan Moreland comes on. He'll do the holding chores. Cash Tanner is in there, the deep snapper. And let's see what Sutton Stock can do right here. This is well within his range. He's kicked from as far out as 37. And Highland Park's going to spend a timeout on this before they kick the extra or attempt the extra point.
Well, very impressive start for the Scots, especially considering what we saw the last couple of weeks, where it took them, a lot of the first quarter to really crank up. They are hitting on all cylinders in this game early, sending a definite message to Lone Star.
Jay Ellis is with us tonight. He's along the sideline. Let's check in with Jay. And Jay, any thoughts on why they called that timeout right there?
Yeah, Russell, I think it was just a matter of the play clock. It was down to 6 seconds. They just didn't seem to be quite ready to go. But the field goal team's still on the field. And as we know, Ronan Moreland's the holder. If they were going to do something tricky, it would start with Ronan on this play. But Sutton Stock's going to be actually, I don't want to jinx it. Sutton Stock has been a fantastic kicker all year.
There you go. There you go.
and he's kicking from the 15, so that's 25 yards. It's 5 yards more than an extra point.
Sideline reports tonight, as always, brought to you by Macero in Inwood Village. Snaps down, the hold is down, and the kick is right through the middle of the uprights. It's a 3-0 Highland Park lead.
That's where you want to start. It'd be nice to get a touchdown, but take the 3. Sutton Stock is almost automatic there.
25-yard field goal for Highland Park. They're up 3-0. We've still got 9:18 to play here in the first quarter. We'll take our first time out, and we'll be back to the Star in Frisco and this Lone Star Highland Park matchup right after we take this timeout.
Baker Brothers did a great job replacing my HVAC system and saving me money. Jimmy, show them what you did to that old unit. It's good.
No, it's great. Great service.
It's the Baker Brothers replay. The best offense is a good defense. Baker Brothers blocked those surges before they could take it to the house.
That play was electric.
That's right, Jimmy.
Shocking, even.
We get it, Jimmy.
Call now to get this month's electric special.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks, the games, and the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors, our neighbors.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, our kickoff coming up, brought to you by Davidson Bogle Real Estate. And deep to do the return chores, we've got Davian Gross, Carice Hoyt, and Aaron Colin. And Sutton Stock lining up to kick from left to right from the 40-yard line. He's going to kick this one deep. And away from the return men. They dropped it, picked it up at the 9-yard line, and the ball
may be loose.
May have come loose. Does Highland Park have it?
Oh, no. Okay.
Nope, but they dropped him way back at the 11-yard line.
You see the value of Sutton Stock. He's been kicking that pooch kick. Instead, he goes deep, and I think really surprises the Lone Star deep backs.
Jay Ellis was right there where the kick was made to. And Jay, what'd you see down there?
You could tell by Lone Star's alignment. They had one deep. He was more than on the other side of the field. And number one was at about the 25, almost to the 30. There was just a huge gap when Sutton Stock lined up and pointed the laces this way. I said, he's going over here, and it was perfectly played. The deep back hoped that it was going to roll into the end zone, but Sutton really played it nicely.
Lone Star's going to open out of an empty set formation. 5 wide receivers. Trey Wright wants to throw. Looks downfield, completes it out to the 25. Still on his feet. He'll fight all the way down near the 28-yard line before he's going to be tackled. And that is going to be Logan Brown on an 18-yard catch for Highland Park. Davis Satcher is in on the tackle.
Excuse me, Russell. Scott's need up front line need to stay in their rush lanes. Do not let Trey Wright escape.
Again, empty set formation. Wright looks left. Now he comes back, goes right across the middle, and it's caught again. It'll be another first down for Lone Star. Now out at the 45-yard line, and this time 16 yards to Zach Forbish. And Martin True is in there for the Scots to bring him down.
We see the Scots not coming at full speed up front because they're trying to keep Trey Wright in the pocket. That's a double-edged sword, though, because if you give him too long, he will pick you apart.
Well, 2 plays, 2 first downs. Now from their own 45-yard line. Swing pass out of the backfield. This is Gross. Gross breaks a tackle, breaks another. Gross gets free on the right sideline. He's up to the 30, to the 20. He'll finally get dragged down at Highland Park's 18-yard line. Thomas Cook made it all the way down there to make the tackle, but not before Davion Gross goes for 36 yards.
Well, Gross, when he gets free, he can fly, and you saw it right there. Scott's defenders are close, but they can't bring him in on just a little bubble screen look to the right. Tackle miss. You just can't. Scots cannot miss tackles tonight.
Again, right out of the shotgun, he's got Hoyt standing next to him to the right, and they'll blow the play dead.
And the Jumbotron.
False start. Number 2, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Again, Carwin Shaw, our referee tonight, and this will be a 5-yard penalty.
And the youngest group of position players for Lone Star is probably their offensive line. Scots need to take advantage of that. Penalty right there on them. Excuse me, that was number 2. But penalty on Lone Star sets Scots up in good position on first down.
Empty set formation. 3 receivers wide left, 2 to the right side. He's looking left all the way. Completes it to Logan Brown, one of the inside receivers. A little look-in pattern. It's only going to pick up about 3 yards. Henry Hobbs is there. He'll get help from Davis Satcher. They'll bring him down. Brown will only get 2.
Coming in the game, number 45 for Lone Star.
It was 7 yards, not just 2 yards. I forgot they had marked off the penalties.
Colson Jaggers will be the H-back, number 45, and he'll usually take you to the ball. Keep an eye on him.
First time tonight that the Rangers have gone to a second down. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to get dragged down. He didn't get far because Dennis Prowse, is that Dylan Palmer or Prowse?
Well, let's see. I
thought it was 97.
But you may be right.
Yeah, I think that was 97.
You're
it was
right.
Dennis Prowse who got in there and just bear hugged him to the ground.
And that's what you need to do. You need to have one dog come on that blitz and force him someplace else. Big third down right here. Scots need to find a way to get a little pressure and force the sophomore quarterback for Lone Star into a mistake.
Again, Wright's got an empty set formation. Rolls to the right, looks downfield, throws into the end zone, almost intercepted. Nice play down there, knocked away by Jack Sumner.
Great job by Sumner, forcing Gross to the corner of the end zone and getting up and batting the ball away. Excuse me, was that Gross or number 4?
No, you're right.
Okay,
it was Gross. I was
yes.
going to say it's 4th down, and it's 4th down brought to you by Forsey Law.
And that was Logan Brown, my mistake, out in the corner of the end zone. Nice play by Jack Sumner.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Logan Moore coming on to attempt a 32-yard field goal. Trying to tie the ball game. He's got the kick up, he's got the distance, and we got a 3-3 football game.
Well, about
32-yard field goal right there. Jay Ellis had a really good look at one of those plays down there just a moment ago, Jay.
You know, Sumner did a great job playing left corner for the Scots. He was sort of shuffling and staying with the deepest receiver. Before the ball got there, the receiver did a pretty good job of causing some separation with just a little bit of an elbow or a hand. Sumner did a good job of staying low and recovering and got up and got his hands on the ball, really played it nicely. It was interesting. I sort of got a feel when he was in the air making that play. Felt a little bit like George Stewart several years ago. Of course, that was over at the bigger Cowboys Stadium, but really nice play by Sumner to stop the drive and force Lone Star to kick a field goal.
We've got a break in the action. Let's quickly take a timeout, and before we kick it off, we'll come back to the Ford Center right after this.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scott, find a way.
Summer has sauced it at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Scots, find a way. Scots, find a way.
It's caught. He didn't get in. Highland Park is back-to-back state champion.
Scots find a way.
Scots, find a way.
We are Dallas-born, Dallas-based, and family-owned. We support the Highland Park Scots.
Here's that scoring drive for Lone Star. They go 74 yards in 7 plays, take 2:54 off the clock, score on a 32-yard field goal. Scots on their end went 57 yards in 7 plays, take 2:42 off the clock on a 25-yard field goal by Sutton Stock. And with 6:24 to go in the first quarter, we're tied 3-all.
This is going to be a high end-over-end kick. Our Davidson Bogle real estate kickoff is going to be taken by Isaiah Lee at the 19-yard line. And he'll bring it out to about the 29. They may give him forward progress to the 30-yard line. Highland Park's going to bring the offense back out for the second time tonight.
It's always fun to see that first one, but it's even more fun to see the second drive because now the coaches have had a chance to go to the sideline, adjust, re-scheme, see if they're getting what they thought they would be getting. Again, you got it. One of the things that Lone Star hangs their hat on defensively is the pressure they can put on by the 3 down linemen up front. Scott's offensive line need to counter that.
Scott's had a 7-play, 57-yard drive on their first series. Ended up with a field goal. This is Buck Randall. He'll keep it on an option around the right side. He's going to pick up 6 yards down to the 35-yard line.
Nice job by Buck right there. That's number 26, the sophomore, Caleb Tasby, making the tackle. But Buck did a great job not to force the pitch, but just find the crease and get all you can. The Scots will take 6 yards on that play all night long.
This is a defense for Lone Star that's giving up on average 21 points this season. They're allowing just under 247 yards per game. 145 on the ground, 101 through the air.
In stretches wide. Good
Second
block.
down, Highland Park.
Nice.
Buck Randall drops it down inside. It's going to be caught. And that's going to be a first down across the 50-yard line, all the way down to the 44. Cannon Bozeman.
That's what you want to do right there with Bozeman. Get him in space and then roll the dice. He'll go the distance for you sooner or later. Good job right there by Matthew White getting a chip on the defensive end. Marcel Dominguez out there giving Buck Randall time to get that throw off.
Cannon Bozeman, 2 catches, already 62 yards receiving for the 1,000-yard receiver for Highland Park.
Scott squeeze in, look for the corner.
Again, Randall to throw. Sets in the pocket, has to get rid of it. He gets that crossing route.
Here we go.
And it's caught. This is going to be Hutchison. And, it's Cullum who made the catch. And he'll pick up 7 yards. Finally dragged down there by Bryant Robinson. There was a pretty violent collision right at the 36.
Scots are doing what they need to do with the Lone Star defensive ends. You got to have a back help chip. Give Stewart all day a little help. Give Tripp Townsend a little help. Those drag routes take a little time to get across, but they're open a lot of the time.
Buck Randall missed his first pass. He is 5 for 5 since then. Let's see what he's going to do on second down and short. He's going to drop this down right in the middle to Matthew White. Oh, my goodness. The official was in the middle of that and took a pretty good shot. Finally coming through there to make the tackle. Miles Ezadori. It's an 8-yard pickup, but the official was kind of used as the screen in there.
Hey, that's what if they ever asked me to be the umpire, which is the guy standing behind the defensive front, I'd go, no thanks, give it to somebody else, because this is what happens on the Jumbotron here at the Star. You get knocked around a lot.
Ouch. First down, though, Highland Park. They've moved it down to the 29-yard line of the Rangers.
I love it. The Scots taking what they're giving them.
From the right hash mark. This time Buck Randall wanted to throw, brings it down, saw an opening, but it closed up pretty quickly, and he'll only get a couple. Not much more than that. Brody Fan is in to stop him.
Scott's got some rhythm going offensively. Again, I love the fact that Scots are taking the underneath routes. Don't force it deep. Make Lone Star cover you, take what's open.
Lone Star, a team that has not forced many fumbles this year. They've only recovered 2 fumbles from opponents this year, but they do have 11 interceptions.
Defensive ends are wide.
Randall again to throw. Sets in the pocket, has time. Now he's flushed out, throws right. Matthew White, the check down on the right side, and Matthew down to the 15-yard line before he's wrapped up. And Miles Ezadori on the tackle yet again.
Again, nice protection by the offensive line, giving Buck Randall all the time he needs. Great job by Townsend and Stewart all day. You can always tell tackles will do a great job if quarterback can just stand there and scan the field.
Now from the 16-yard line, option play. Here's the pitch. James Flowers ran over one man, then gets blasted out of bounds.
I'm telling you what, Reese Hoyt better not be trying to intimidate James Flowers, because James Flowers will come look him up.
2:42 to play first quarter. We've got a 3-3 ball game with Highland Park now in the Randall Dentistry red zone at the 16-yard line.
Scott's got a good rhythm going. 2 backs, yep.
Pat Sauer down there saying that looked out of bounds. It looked like that to us as well. Ooh, there's a pass across the top just over Harrison Cullum's hands. That ends a string of 7 completions in a row by Buck Randall.
And that's a tough route right there. Buck going sprinting to his left. Hard to get that upper body around. He puts the velocity on it, but just sails a little high on him. Scott's finish would come up with 3rd and 10. Big play right here. See if Scott's get in the end zone.
Only the second time tonight Highland Park's gone to a 3rd down. Let's see what they'll do on 3rd down, and they need almost 10 yards.
Lone Star changing their coverage.
Scott's going to go into an empty set formation. 2 receivers right, 3 off to the left. Buck Randall comes out, looks left, has the receiver wide open, middle of the end zone. Touchdown. That's Cannon Bozeman. That's touchdown brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions.
Well, you won't see many easier than that. Cannon Bozeman comes from his slot position and just runs a simple post, and somehow, some way, Lone Star lets him go, and he is wide open in the end zone. Scots take the lead. Man, again, how they bust on Bozeman, I don't know. But thank goodness for the Scots' sake they did.
Our extra point brought to you by Brett Kennedy with Kensington Vanguard National Title. Moreland's in there to hold. Sutton Stock puts a foot into it. It's a 10-3 ball game. Highland Park on the good side of that score with 2:33 to play here in the first quarter. Pat Sauer tells me he had a pretty good look at that. Let's go down and check in with him for Massaro in Inwood Village.
I think, honestly, they were expecting him to run a flag on that play, and he faked the flag and went to the post, and nobody found. But you gotta love Buck. You see a guy that open, it's tempting, and you just don't want to make a mistake, but he put it right on the money. It was a great throw, great catch, nice play. Back to you guys.
Well, Jay, I know you had a pretty good look at it from where you were standing as well. What did you see?
Yeah, I think Pat got it right. The edge defender, or the outside linebacker, expect him to make an out cut. But what also opened it was when Matthew White moved out of his position in the backfield and emptied and went to the right. The free safety adjusted for Matthew. That's what left more space right underneath the goalpost, and just a great job by Buck seeing it and knowing where to go. What he's done so far today is every time he's gotten man-to-man, he's thrown to those crossing routes, and if his line gives him time, that works. And what he's done a great job of when he gets zone is finding those underneath routes when Cullum sat down on that little look-in, and when Matthew White leaked out to the right. Bucks just making great decisions.
Here's our Davidson Bogle real estate kickoff. This will be fielded at the 10-yard line. This is Hoyt. Carice Hoyt will bring it out to the 24, maybe 24 and a half. We got a couple of flags thrown down there, and while they sort that out, let's take a look at that drive recap.
Real quickly, give you the scoring drive for the Scots. It's very impressive. Goes 71 yards, 9 plays, take 3:51 off the clock. The touchdown, a 15-yard post route from Buck Randall to Cannon Bozeman. Stock adds the extra point, and with 2:27 to go in the first quarter, it's Highland Park 10.
Block below the waist. Kicking return team number 32. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Boy, 2 kickoffs have gone to Lone Star, and they have had disasters on both of them.
Right, pushing them back. Again, 15-yard pass from Buck Randall to Cannon Bozeman. Stock adds the extra point, and with 2:27 to go in the first quarter, Highland Park 10 and Lone Star 3. This drive recap brought to you by Travis Spillman, DDS.
And for Cannon Bozeman, that is touchdown catch number 15 this season. For Buck Randall, his 48th touchdown throw.
Quad set right.
Here we go, empty set. Trey Wright throws to the right side.
Yeah.
It's caught, and then there was a good shot leveled at the receiver who made the catch. He was driven to the ground effectively right after he caught it. Bo Jones is in there, and also Graham Rogers is in there to make the stop after the catch by Logan Brown.
You see the Scots not going full speed upfield to try to get to the quarterback. They're going to make Trey Wright throw and then rally to the ball.
Second down and 4. Wright again to throw. Swings it out into the left flat. It's going to be caught. This is Gross. And Gross take this all the way out across the 40-yard line. And you see how dangerous he can become as he's able to break tackles and really hit high gear very quickly.
And that's Martin True coming up from safety to make the tackle on Gross. Again, got good pressure from the cornerback coming up right there. Or excuse me, Satcher, the outside backer coming up, but need inside-out help to come out and make the play.
That's going to be Davion Gross's first catch. It's a 23-yarder.
Quad set again to the right.
Excuse me, he had a 36-yard catch earlier. And Trey Wright now is going to take it right up the middle, and he's going to pick up about, what are we calling that, 4?
Yep.
4 yards to the 46. Highland Park got Prowse and Hobbs in there to stop him.
And that obviously is the game plan against Wright. Is we're gonna rush. We're gonna stay in our lanes. We're not gonna run past. When you break, we're gonna have 3 guys squeeze you along with linebackers too, and we're gonna beat you up by the time you get to the 4th quarter.
Only the 2nd time they've run the ball tonight. 2nd down and 6 from their own 46-yard line. Again, empty set. Trey Wright sets in the pocket. He'll throw. Boy, that's in the air a long time. It's caught. It's complete. That's Braxton Wambach. Made the catch. 1st down at Highland Park's 38-yard line. 16 yards on the pass and catch.
Well, nice out route right there. There you see Trey Wright's arm. Sumner in good coverage, just not quite able to keep the ball from being complete. It's empty again.
Trey Wright now has 122 passing yards. Here's a pass out to Gross, the left side.
Yeah,
and he's going to be taken down. That's Dean Doolin, who made a terrific tackle behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the play.
I'll tell you what, if they challenge Dean Doolin, he's fixing to light him up. And you saw right there, just mashed the receiver trying to block him. You see it here on the Jumbotron at Lone Star. But boy, look at the strength to shuck off that blocking receiver and then make the play on one of the most athletic guys in the game.
We're getting a great look at it on the big screen here at the Star in Frisco. Now 121 passing yards for Trey Wright. Buck Randall's thrown for 119, and there's the touchdown throw. Just as I was reading the stats, Zach Forbish catches a 39-yard touchdown pass over the Highland Park secondary.
And quickly it does a spin behind the goalpost, which is a form of taunting, and officials don't call it.
Forbish gets his 11th touchdown catch of the season. We're within a PAT of having a tie football game with 17 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. Logan Moore comes on to kick. Steps into it. Boy, it's kind of a wobbler, but he did get it through the uprights. Not pretty, but it still counts, and we've tied up at 10-10.
It's one of those things where Scott's let Gross get, excuse me, Gross is Forbish, correct? Forbish behind him, and you're gonna have to jam him up at the line of scrimmage, make it difficult for him to get off.
Pat Sauer's got a guest in the stands. Let's check in with him for Massaro in Inwood Village.
I've got Bo Jones's granddad, Anthony Reynolds. Anthony, I see your knee bouncing up and down while you're watching. Are you nervous or what's going on?
I'm extremely nervous, but I have all the confidence in the world in this defense.
What do the grandkids call you?
It's a nickname. They call me Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah, don't I? Charlie. I know all those boys. Matthew. But listen, the offense is great, but this defense is really going to shine tonight.
All right, let's go get them.
They're going to come up and they're going to show everybody what they've got.
All right, back to you guys.
Here's that scoring drive for Lone Star. Long drive in this case, go 87 yards in 6 plays, take 2:10 off the clock. Touchdown, 39-yard pass from Trey Wright to Forbish. From Zach Forbish, I should say. Extra point is good, and with 17 seconds to go in the 1st quarter, we're all tied up. Highland Park 10, Lone Star 10. This drive recap brought to you by Travis Spillman, DDS.
Our Davidson Bogle real estate kickoff's going to be high and short. And again, Isaiah Lee will field it 18-yard line. Brings it back outside the numbers. Inside the numbers towards the middle of the field. Tackled at about the 27. And Aaron Colon will stop him. Highland Park will get the ball. Okay, this is why we pay him the big bucks, and he's stat man.
Wait a minute, we pay him big bucks?
Oh, I think he does this for free. Okay. Coming into the game tonight, Buck Randall's quarterback rating 69.8. Completion percentage, I'm sorry. Coming into the game tonight, Trey Wright's completion 72%. Now let's put that in perspective. In the NFL, Drake May 71.5%. Leads the NFL. There's a long pass downfield. Oh, and he dropped it. Cannon Bozeman couldn't hold on to it down at the 25. If he does, it's a touchdown. And he could not hang on to
You
it.
won't see that very often. We'll look at the replay here at Ford Center.
Let me finish my stats here. If these guys were in the NFL, they would be both in the top 4 in passing completion.
Wow, these are two good quarterbacks. Yeah, I think Hoyt distracted Cannon just a little bit, caused him to drop that ball. You won't see that often.
Buck Randall now 8 for 11 tonight. Trey Wright 9 for 10 passing. Scott's second down and 10. Buck again to throw. Now
Face
he's in
mask.
trouble, and he's going to get dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 6 on the play.
And that's
And that is
Jaggers.
Colson Jaggers, who's made the sack.
End of the first quarter.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. First sack of the game for either team. And it is going to leave Highland Park with 3rd and long when we get set for the second quarter, right after we take a timeout. Again, we played 12 full minutes here at the Star in Frisco in this Texas high school football playoff action. Regional finals has Highland Park 10, Frisco Lone Star 10, and we're back in just a moment. Conveniently located between Lovers Lane and University Boulevard on Preston Road. Not Just Soccer is locally owned and has served the Highland Park community for youth sports equipment needs since 1989. Whether you're looking for soccer, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, or lacrosse equipment, they carry it all, and they take pride with specialists in each sport, and in many circumstances, you'll be helped by a current Highland Park athlete. Go Scots!
Hello, Trouble. We've sparred once or twice before. Back in the days when you used to scare me. Now, I'm coming for you. Just to show you what I'm made of and who's in my corner. So go ahead. Tell me I can't do it. Then watch me. Vista Bank, powering Friday Night Lights since 1912.
Well, let's take a look at first quarter stats. It has been through the air. The game has been through the air for both teams. Highland Park's got 122 total yards, 119 through the air, only 3 rushing yards. And for Lone Star, 166 total, 160 through the air, and only 6 rushing yards. Scots have 5 first downs, Lone Star 6 first downs.
Big play right here, 3rd down.
3rd down and very long. Buck Randall's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw while he's running with it. Just had to get rid of that one. It's going to be incomplete. Highland Park facing a big 4th down.
And
brought to you by Forsey Law.
And Buck trying to motion to Cannon to go deeper. I think he was wanting to go down the sideline. But again, pressure coming inside out. Scott's offensive line had good protection early on. Then it breaks down, and Buck's going to his left. Again, hard to get that arm and body around to complete that.
Raleigh Jewell is going to come on to punt the ball away for Highland Park. Twin safeties will stand back at the Rangers' 40-yard line. First punt of the night for either team. The returners are Gross and Hoyt. And both of them are fast. I think the play clock may have run out.
Delay a game. Number 57, offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Again, deep, Gross and Hoyt. Either one of those guys can go the distance. Let's see if the Scots try to hug the sideline maybe and keep the ball out of their hands.
After 2 scoring drives, this was a -11 on this drive for Highland Park. End over end punt, and it'll hit at about the 45 and roll out near the 45.5. They're going to put him out right at the 45.
Yeah, not exactly the depth you wanted on the kick. Lone Star's going to have good field position, but again, keeping it out of Gross and Hoyt's hands is going to be a priority tonight.
Punt only goes 28 yards.
Opportunity, Scott's defense step up. Again, the quad look, right or left, is what we've seen a lot of from Lone Star so far.
Rangers started their 2 drives at the 11 and 13. This drive, however, starts at Highland Park's 45. Right across the middle, it's almost
there
picked
it
off.
Is.
Batted out of the air, Martin Trude. Beautiful play by the safety.
That's how you do it right there. That's what the Scots coaches are wanting to happen, an overlap over the top or on a crossing route, doing what True did right there and denying Lone Star.
Jay Ellis had a really good look at it. Jay?
Star has been trying to attack Highland Park in the middle, especially when they see the safety split. But when they had 4 one-way, True was able to sort of bait them and get back to the middle like he's doing here. Now they're running in this one.
Trey Wright's going to take it right up the middle. Wright will pick up 11, almost 12 yards before he's tackled. It's going to be a first down for Lone Star.
And not a big long run by Wright, but again, you got to stay up on the line of scrimmage and squeeze to him. Scots gave up a little ground right here, and when they did, the hole opened up.
Again, Trey Wright came into the game with 2,900 passing yards and 1,300 rushing yards.
That's Charlie Flint on the tackle there.
First down, Rangers. Wright to throw. He's got all day. He is surveying, still just sitting back there. Now he's going to roll off to the left side and tuck it and run. He'll get a first down. We've got a flag thrown. We may have a hold on this. Down to the 20-yard line. It would have been a 14-yard run, but I think it's all coming back.
Well, it looks like we're going to be called on number 78 for Lone Star. We'll see. That's the big sophomore offensive tackle.
Heard Pat Sauer in our headset saying, finally.
Yeah, usually if there's that much time to throw, somebody's being grabbed. 58 is Patton Vargas.
Number 55, offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Curtis Butler, the center, called for the penalty.
58 is Charlie Brewer. Let's see who we got up front. Got Flint at a defensive end. Brewer at nose guard, along with Dylan Palmer, defensive end.
Moves the ball way back to the 44-yard line. Here's a swing pass out to the right side, caught. Aaron Colin will pick up 7 yards, and finally he's going to be taken down in there by Ben Gordon.
Gordon doing a good job to fly to the ball. At some point, the Scots are going to tee up and periodically go, all right, pin your ears back defensive line and go get right.
Second down, 13. And again, Wright looks left, throws left, has a receiver wide open.
Yep.
That's caught. It's going to be taken down after about a 14-yard pass completion. Out on the far side, that is number 4 who caught it, Zach Forbish, who had the touchdown earlier, and Dean Doolin finally got him around the ankles to bring him down.
Again, just a stop route. Good tackle by Dean.
2 passes makes up for the holding, and a first down now from the 23.
Scots have a different look right now. Backers step up like they're coming.
Trey Wright looks right, throws right. Gross caught it, and Gross, boy, goes up the middle, back to the middle of the field. He's right at the goal line. He's to the 1-yard line. Stopped. 22 yards.
Well,
you see how dangerous that he is.
You see what kind of athletic ability not only Gross has, but Hoyt, Forbish, and Logan Brown. And you marry that with a quarterback like Wright, and it's going to be difficult. Just a little bubble screen, and you got to make the tackle when you got the opportunity.
Davion Gross now 4 catches, 80 yards. Here's the handoff. They're trying to get Hoyt into the end zone. Started up the middle, bounces out around the right side, and Carice Hoyt, touchdown. First time tonight, Lone Star leads.
Well, it's going to be hard to keep Lone Star out at the 1-yard line, even on one play. But there's a little stretch to the right by Hoyt. And again, Scott's just not quite fast enough. You remember, Hoyt was the Lone Star quarterback last year for this game, and has been moved to running back and safety with the emergence of Trey Wright.
Logan Moore on to try the point after. And it is up, and it is good. Now it's a 17-10 Lone Star lead. You know, and we really haven't touched too much on Carice Hoyt. He was the quarterback last year. Coming into the game against Highland Park last year, he was right around 2,900 passing yards.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
And he can run. And yet, a sophomore, Trey Wright, comes in there and takes his place. And I don't know that it took his place, but they found a better way to utilize these two guys together.
Right. You usually don't see that when you got an incumbent starter like Hoyt, but obviously if Trey Wright coming up as a freshman was able to do this type of stuff, you understand the reasoning. Here's that scoring drive for Lone Star. They go 45 yards after the short punt in 6 plays, take 2:31 off the clock, the touchdown, a 1-yard dive by Carice Hoyt. Extra point is good, and with 9:11 to go in the first half, it's now Lone Star 17 and Highland Park 10.
And if you look at the
Scott's
Dallas,
got to answer.
If you look at the Dallas Morning News, Lone Star has been ranked above Highland Park all season long.
Yep.
But you looked at the Dallas Morning News picks today. I think 9 out of 10 had Highland Park winning this game.
Well, that's because they've been burned so many times picking against Highland Park.
Moore comes on to kick it. Highland Park's got 2 safeties deep, and they've got some up backs, and it's going to be an up back who's going to take this. And again, it's Isaiah Lee up to the 30, 32. He's across the 35. He'll push his way forward to near the 37. And Highland Park will again have their offense out on the field. Caleb Tasby will make the tackle.
Scotts will take that out to the 37-yard line. That's a good return by Isaiah with his shiftiness and speed. Sees a hole. Sprints through it. Scott's got to answer, though. They need to sustain a drive and go down and do what just Lone Star did. Answer, match them.
From their own 37-yard line, Highland Park will have their best starting field position for a drive tonight right here. 2 in the backfield. Here's a handoff, Matthew White. He'll break across the left tackle, about 4 yards out to the 41. And Tasby is there once again to take him down. Tasby, one of the leading tacklers on this team. He's got 43 solos, 82 tackles, but nothing like Nicholas Viveros, 115 tackles, and Jordan Deck, 106 tackles.
Yeah, and the backers are going to make more tackles because the defensive front ties up the offensive line and lets those other guys run to the ball.
Handoff yet again, this time going no place. Matthew White has carried twice. Picked up a couple of yards the first time, loses a yard this time.
Right, that time Lone Star squeezed it off. First time Matthew was able to bounce outside, but Dominguez does a good job. Number 44 coming in there and stuffing the block out in front of White.
Scots are 1 for 3 on 3rd down. Let's see what they will do right here. First time they've needed less than 9 on a first down throw. That ball was tipped away, incomplete, batted out of the air by, I think that was Quentin Henderson.
But yeah, Bozeman caught the ball after the tip, but I think his timing was bad as far as staying in bounds. He was anticipating it to getting to him a little quicker, and that was number 22, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Isidore. Mm-hmm.
Incomplete, 4th down. Highland Park's going to line up as if to go for it. Most likely, Buck Randall will step back and punt it away. Buck will step back. Now he's going to kick it. Kick it over everybody.
Good job, Buck.
And they're going to let this one bounce.
Good
at the
job,
15, Buck. Down to the 10, down to the 9. That's a 51-yard punt by Buck Randall.
Great job by the Scots. And Buck has done a tremendous job of that all year long. I can't remember one punt that I didn't go, hey, that's a good kick right there. He gets a good roll. 52-yarder last week, and what was this one? 51. Scott's defense now needs to rise to the occasion. They need to stop.
Lone Star started inside their own 15-yard line, 3 of 4 drives tonight. This one will start at their own 9. Empty set formation. Trey Wright, looking right, looking right. Now he's going to tuck it and run with it. Now he's going to stop, and he will continue to run. He'll get out of bounds right at the 16-yard line. He was nearly taken out by a couple of Highland Park players, but he made it to the out of bounds area.
And wisely they pulled off. If you can catch him in bounds, that's the time to do it. But again, got to keep him, can't even allow that. Got to find a way to box him in and keep him in the pocket.
Ben Gordon and Langdon McMurray chased him out of bounds. Again, empty set formation. 4 receivers left, 1 to the right. They'll throw back to the left, set up that screen pass. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, brought all the way out to the 25. 10 yards on the completion, and a first down to Aaron Colin. Langdon McMurray will tackle him, but again, they'll move the chains, and a first down.
And again, just a lot of athletic ability. Just a simple little pass out in the flat, bubble pass out in the flat, and Scott's rallied to it, but not before the first down.
Again, they're going to send the quarterback on a draw play up the middle. He started up the middle, then cut out to the left a little bit.
I thought
picks up 7 yards. Trey Wright on the carry.
I thought Thomas Cook was going to take his head off, and Wright either sensed it or felt it and weaved it in backfield a little more. You'll see it on the jumbotron right here. I thought I thought Thomas had him.
Trey Wright now 13 of 15 passing, 213 yards and 1 touchdown. And again, 4 receivers right, 1 to the left side. Trey Wright will swing it to the right. That's going to be caught. Colin is going to be taken down after a 1-yard pickup. He just barely got back to the line of scrimmage, and there's big Langdon McMurray in on the tackle.
Well, Langdon shows everybody in the Highland Park home stands right off of where this play happens how to form tackle. Puts his nose in, drives his feet, brings him down immediately for a short gain. Big third down play right here.
Only the second time Lone Star's gone to a third down. They failed on their first third down attempt.
A little man coverage.
This is 3rd and about 2. Quarterback's going to keep it right up the middle. He's got the first down. Thomas Cook among those in on the tackle.
Almost
and just enough for the first down. They'll move the chains. Also in there was Henry Hobbs.
Hobbs, Cook, Prowse, so close right there. But when you only need a couple, it's pretty easy.
That's 11 first downs now for the Rangers. They've got most of those by second by rush. 9 of 11 have been by passing. Had to double check Brian Sperry's numbers there for a second. Here's a long pass downfield, and it's caught. That's going to be a huge first down deep into Highland Park territory. And Hoyt will take this all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Wow. Finally, Jack Sumner caught up to him.
I thought the Scots had at least tapped one right there. It was Ronan Moreland, I think, had a shot at it. But you see on the jumbotron, just misses it. And Crease Hoyt, if it not for Martin True and help from Jack Sumner, he would have scored.
That's a 53-yard catch. And first down inside the Randall Dentistry red zone from the 11-yard line. Wright throws into the corner of the end zone, incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag. Let's check in with Jay Ellis real quick down on the sideline for Massero.
That play that Ronan Moreland almost made is a great example of what Highland Park's doing when Lone Star goes 4 receivers to one side. They are showing center field empty, but the safety on the backside is sort of cheating into the middle and daring them to make that pass up the seam. Moreland almost did the play, but the ball was just a little high. But a great play by Lone Star. The pass was just perfect.
They're going to give it to Hoyt, going right up the middle. He'll get bear hugged and dropped at the 6-yard line. Henry Hobbs, 5 yards on the run. And third down coming.
Doing a good job getting off the block at that nose guard position and facing up Carice Hoyt. Scots need to find a way. They've been on the field a lot this first half.
Rangers can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. Again, Hoyt lines up just to the right of the quarterback. Play action, throw it into the corner of the end zone. The receiver goes up, could not come down with it. Incomplete, intended out there for Davian Gross.
Well, Martin True plays this exactly like you're supposed to if you're not going to turn your head around. He waits for Gross to put his hands up, then throws his hands up between them at exactly the right time, and Martin True bats it away without ever seeing the ball.
First time in a long time that we've had 2 straight incomplete passes for Trey Wright. It is the first time tonight, and it's going to leave 4th down and a field goal situation coming up right here. This is 22-yarder for Logan Moore.
Oh, he missed it.
I think he missed it. He did. He kicked it off to the left side. It's no good.
Oh, that's a great shot in the arm for the Highland Park team. Highland Park defense in particular. Let them drive the field. You bend, but you deny them at the end. No points. And Scots are still only down by 7.
So we watched Trey Wright in the first portion of this game. He threw 4 completions, an interception, 5 completions. An incompletion, not an interception. 5 completions, an incomplete pass, then 6 passes completed, and then 2 incompletes.
And then 2 incompletions, but the last 2 plays have to give the Scots a little juice in their veins.
85-yard drive comes up with nothing. Swing pass out of the backfield to Matthew White. Matthew White's going to pick up 9 yards. A lot of that yards after contact. And finally, Bryant Robinson tackles him. Pat Sauer's got somebody in the stands to talk to. Pat,
guys,
quickly.
Got Ryan Waters, 16, 17.
Pat, we'll come back to you. Your microphone sounds like it's breaking up down there. Second down, Highland Park. They need about 2.5 yards.
Scott's changing the play after the Lone Star changes the play as well.
Ball hit the ground on the snap. Buck Randall dives on top of it. It's a loss of 4. Third down now for Highland Park.
Yeah, I think the ball hit something on the snap.
Got a flag thrown as well.
I'm not sure that it may have hit Mason McDowell or.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Well, not ideal to want. You never want a penalty, but that may have been because you get the down over again. Maybe the best thing for the Scots.
Second down, Highland Park. They'll have it at the 19-yard line now. And we've got a whistle. And
first Highland Park penalty of the night, and it's a good one.
Let's see. Pat Sauer, you want to talk? Go ahead. What you got for us?
The ball, 2nd and 2, I think, at the 28. And then actually,
Pat,
you can't hear me.
I've lost you.
Off the 5-yard procedure penalty from where that play ended rather than from the 28. So they've got to march it back, and it should end up about the 23-yard line. 2nd and 7 or something like that.
Pat, you are the man. You are the man. Good catch.
We're going to put a striped shirt on you and put you down on the field.
Yeah, hey, we need you.
Okay. Second down, Highland Park, after all is said and done. Here's a swing pass to Matthew White, right side.
Nice move.
He got a great block and made a terrific move, and he'll get a first down out of this. He went back outside the numbers and all the way out near the 39-yard line. 16 yards, Highland Park.
Matthew White is so subtle in when he makes his moves. Some backs you see, they're jerky, but watch his, if you're here at the Jumbotron, little inside move, little outside move, start to accelerate. Got big Trip Townsend blocking out in front of you. That's what you like. Big first down.
First down in the last 3 drives for Highland Park. Now they've got it at their own 39. We've still got 3:19 to play in the first half.
Rangers showing blitz.
Buck Randall, quarterback draw designed right up the middle. He's got some running room. He's got 11, 12, 13 yards all the way across the 50 down to the 48-yard line of Lone Star.
Buck Randall says, I can do some of that running myself. You think it's the only Lone Star guy can do it. Well, I'm telling you, good block right there out in front by Matthew White, leading the way for his quarterback.
Highland Park down by 7, 3 minutes exactly to play in the first half.
Big drive right here for the Scots. Need to get points on the board.
Plays being signaled in. Everybody looking at their wristband for the Scots.
Nobody, one man center field. Looks like man otherwise.
Hey, bring up everybody tight, too. Buck Randall to throw. He's got time now. He's flushed out of the pocket, trying to figure out where to go.
Nice move.
Comes off to the left side. And one man to beat.
Oh, that's
he
late.
got out
That's
of bounds.
late.
They got a late
That's
hit.
late.
And now we've got a little scuffle going on the sideline. Late hit's going to be whistled against Jordan Deck. He hit Buck Randall out of bounds.
Buck extended that play as long as he could. Looked here, looked there, looked right, looked left. Finally, obviously decides get what you can get and get out of bounds. And that was a definite late hit over on the Highland Park sideline.
Well, it doesn't help. It was in the Highland Park sideline.
Late hit out of bounds. Number 9, defense. 15 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down, Highland Park.
Not what you want to do if you're on the opponent's sideline and you clock a quarterback and then slide into the team. You're not going to be greeted cordially.
You had about 14 Highland Park players sitting there yelling at the official, throw the flag. They're going to move the ball all the way to the Rangers' 29-yard line. Put it on the left hash, Highland Park first down.
Scott's in good shape, 2:27 to go in the half.
Matthew White in the backfield. Buck Randall. We had a whistle and a flag. Apparently some movement on the offense.
False start. Number 16, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down. Please reset the game clock to 2:27. 2 minutes and 27 seconds.
I didn't see whatever they called Cash Tanner for. But Cash is vehemently objecting that he did not move.
2 penalties, 10 yards against Highland Park. 4 for 42 against the Rangers. And now we've got another penalty on Highland Park. Everybody moved except the center.
And then there's some miscommunication going on between George Hunt and Buck Randall.
That'll move the ball back to the 39.
Not what you wanted right there. Scots need to get this straightened out. Well, Buck clapped, but George Hunt may not have heard it. Maybe a auditory thing. Maybe I'll be able to hear the clap.
Scots will go with 2 running backs in the backfield.
Scots need to overcome
Bozeman's
this.
going to be in the slot to the left side this time. Fake the handoff. And Buck Randall to throw. Matthew White up the left side on the wheel route. He's got it. Touchdown. Matthew White, 39 yards.
Wow. You got 1st and 20, and you run the wheel route up the sideline, and Matthew White's scored on multiple times this year, and the Lone Star doesn't catch it. White sprints to the end zone for the Scots, hopefully tying score.
Within an extra point of having a 17-17 ball game with 2:19 to play in the first half.
Well, how big a weapon has Matthew White been this year on that same route?
That touchdown brought to you by Bob Lilly Promotions, our extra point for Kensington Vanguard National title. Moreland puts it on the tee, and Sutton Stock kicks it through. We're tied, 17 apiece. Lone Star, Highland Park. Scots come roaring back, and we got a football game.
Well, whenever you're down in a game like this, you got to show the other team that we're not going to roll over and die just because you took the lead. Well, Lone Star responded, and now the Scots have matched their response to go tied again at 17.
We're getting another look at it on the Jumbotron up here.
Boy, that's yeah, what rail route, Jay, you're probably right.
Matthew White did a great job.
And good protection up front to give Buck time to throw it. Here's that scoring drive for the Scots. A huge 80-yard drive. Scots go 80 yards in 5 plays. Take 2 minutes exactly off the clock. The touchdown, a 39-yard Buck Randall to Matthew White. Rail route. Stock has the extra point, and with 2:19 to go in the half, we're tied. Highland Park 17, Lone Star 17. This drive recap brought to you by Travis Spillman DDS.
Both teams now with 39-yard touchdown throws. And we've got a tie game. And it's 17-17.
This is heavyweight. This is heavyweight. You hit me, I hit you. We'll see who can hang in the longest.
Coming up at halftime, our interview tonight, Langdon McMurray, Matthew White, Ronan Moreland. Those interviews brought to you by Dallas Coin Buyers, where legacy meets value. Stay tuned for halftime for that.
Scott's got to have good coverage here. Nothing cheap for Lone Star right before the half here.
Everybody up short, and this is going to be a long kick. And Hoyt's going to field this one at the 7.
Scott's going to squeeze.
10-15 up the left side across the numbers, and shy of the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at about the 22.
That's number 24.
Let's check in with Jay Ellis now along the sideline. Jay?
Play right there shows the confidence that Coach Allen has in this kickoff coverage team. If you may remember, early in the year, it was either game 1 or 2, when Highland Park tried to kick the ball deep, they had some challenges with coverage. But this team is, they're really physical, and they've become very disciplined. So Coach Allen has no hesitation kicking the ball deep if the positioning of the receiving team calls for it, and Highland Park's able to pin them inside the 25.
Well, the Rangers will start at their own 23-yard line. Empty set formation. Trey Wright's got all day. Now comes Wright, throws. He's got a receiver set down right in the middle of the field. Made the catch for a first down at the 41-yard line. Ronan McMorland got in there and made the tackle on Logan Brown.
Flag down,
15 yards. I think there was holding back here.
Yeah, which is, it's amazing, you know, that there's holding going on when only 3 guys are rushing. Yep, that big time hold on the replay.
Ineligible downfield, number 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Maybe it wasn't holding. James Moses was downfield, and he's a big guy.
It's hard to miss.
Yes.
Know what you're saying?
Well, it's going to move it back to a first down and 15. Last time the Rangers had the football, they went 11 plays, 85 yards to come up with a missed field goal.
Well, if Coach Bobby Leitner wanted to roll the dice, it'd be a good time right here after the 2-minute timeout to maybe bring the blitz.
2-minute timeout.
We are at that 2-minute timeout with our score. Lone Star 17, Highland Park 17. We'll take the break, and we'll be back to the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco in just a moment.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'll sit down, have a cup of cappuccino, a cookie, read a book. When the car is ready, they come get me. It's a great way to start a Saturday.
Discover our wide variety of new and L-certified vehicles at our Dallas and Fort Worth Sewell Lexus locations.
It's the Baker Brothers replay. Team Baker Brothers really stopped that running toilet in its tracks. No more running toilets.
Now that's what I call a bathroom break.
Okay, Jimmy.
Call now to get this month's great deal from Baker Brothers.
Well, the Rangers will have 1st and 15 as we get back to action. Trey Wright's going to throw. He looks downfield, has all day, sets at his own 11, throws it incomplete. Over the head of Zach Forbish.
I'm sorry, Russell. I thought Ronan Moreland was going to come up and pick that one. He's got 5 already this year.
But I tell you what, I think there was a little contact between Moreland and Forbish because he looks a little shaken up. He's going to stay in the game, though.
Oh, excuse me. That's Dino. That's Dean Doolin breaking up 27, not 20.
2nd down, 15. Rangers need the 33 for a first down. Slant pattern. Forbish caught it, and Forbish is on to the races. Martin True will finally escort him out of bounds, but not before he gets into Highland Park territory about the 48-yard line.
Very difficult route to cover. If the receiver gets a little bit of a jump, hard for the corner to stay with him. Forbish does it.
Rangers now 340 total yards. Highland Park 205.
Four-man front for the Scots. See if they bring it.
Wright's gone over
Ball.
300 yards passing. Ball fell out of the hands of the quarterback. He picks it up. Wright looking for a place to stand so he can look downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and run.
This is the problem.
He's off to the right side, and there's nothing but green in front of him. Gets a great downfield block from Gross. And finally, Ronan Moreland. He'll sling him out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 40 yards on the scramble. And as I said a moment ago, Ronan Moreland tackled him.
Well, that's the problem. Even when you box him up and the Scots are not rushing hard, he picks up and then Thomas Cook is in position, but then when he rolls one way and then reverses, comes back the other, your pocket breaks down, your rush lanes break down, and he's got a clear lane up the right sideline.
How good an athlete is he? Trey Wright has 374 yards of total offense, 301 passing, 73 rushing, and we're not to the end of the first half yet. Here's Gross on a handoff. He'll pick up a couple, goes right up the middle. Highland Park did a nice job. Dylan Palmer makes first contact. He'll get credit with the tackle.
Dylan Palmer, a lot of jawing going on. Gross likes to talk, obviously. Nice inside-out play by Dylan Palmer.
Timeout on the field right now. We've still got 1:22 to play in our football game's first half. Both teams go to the sideline to talk to their coaches. Lone Star's got 216 yards this quarter, where they have moved the ball up and down, but it's still 17-17.
Yeah, Scots have a chance. There's Gig Reeves, ex-Highland Park great. Scots defense need to find a way to step up right here. If they can somehow hold Lone Star to a field goal, be a big plus. Minute 22, though, Scots may get the ball back with a chance to do something themselves.
Second down, goal to go.
This game's shaping up to be a defensive coordinator's nightmare. All the offensive coaches are loving it.
From the 6-yard line.
Got a tackle in at the tight end position.
Hoyt's in the backfield. They'll fake it to Hoyt, throw it into the corner of the end zone over Gross's head. It was into double coverage. It's incomplete. Third down and goal to go. That was Ronan Moreland and Jack Sumner defending on the play.
You can't do it much better than that. Just a little fade route out here to Gross. He gets up high, but the two defenders take it away. Great
third down,
job.
goal to go.
Big play here on third down.
Again tied 17-17.
Would they bring a blitz now in this situation?
1:18 to play, first half. Hoyt again stands next to the quarterback. This time Hoyt will take it. He'll run with it. He won't get very far. He's inside the 5-yard line. There's a scrum, and he's tackled at the 4.
Yep, timeout by Coach Allen. Minute 10 to go in the half. Going to bring up fourth down. Let's see what Lone Star elects to do. Fourth down and 4.
Let's see what head coach Jeff Rayburn's going to do. Rayburn in his 13th year. He's got a record of 134-32. In the playoffs, he's 23-10. And again, we're getting a look at that last run on the big screen here.
Great job. That's what you like to see, a gang tackling. You're not going to drive us in the end zone. Looks like the kicker is at least coming out on the field.
Oh, let's go back down to Pat Sauer. He's got an interview. Let's, Pat, take it away.
Yeah, so I've got Ryan Waters. Ryan was on the 2016 state championship team. Ryan, what are you seeing here tonight? What do the Scots need to do to get this game under control?
Well, it feels like we're hanging on by a thread with their mistakes, and so I think a little bit more offense would help, and they're getting down the field way too fast.
If you guys don't remember, Ryan was our punt returner, and he was psychotic. He caught that ball. I think he only had like 2 fair catches in the whole season.
And when you get a chance to touch the ball, you got to do something with it.
See if the Scots can block this.
All right, back to you guys.
This is going to be a 21-yard kick. He missed from 22. This one is up and on the way, and it's good. Clock stop with 1:06 to play. It's a 3-point lead for Lone Star now at 20-17.
And remember, Coach Allen pulled out the starburst in this situation last week. Now, a little bit different because Scots were already in the lead, but let's see if he might do something else.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the kickoff in the final 106 of the first half. Right after this, our score, Lone Star 20, Highland Park 17.
I hope I don't give off like this VIP persona, but Sewell has kind of messed with my head in that way to kind of make me feel like I'm a VIP when it comes to cars. My husband will joke, he's like, you're obsessed with your car. I'm like, I am. I'm not a car person, but I'm obsessed with my car because of Sewell. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our Davidson Bogle real estate kickoff is going to be high and short. It'll be fielded at the 24, and Harrison Cullum will step out of bounds right there.
Let it go out of bounds.
And Highland Park will have it. Got a minute 6. Let's take a look at that drive recap.
All right, Lone Star goes 73 yards in 7 plays. Take 108 off the clock. The field goal, the 21-yard field goal. And with 106 to go in the half, it's Lone Star 20, Highland Park 17.
1:05 on the game clock.
All right.
Well, what did Coach Allen tell you? We've got a lot of trick plays, and I was wondering why we're holding on to them. Maybe they come up with something right here.
Right. You think this might be a good spot, but anything that's going to get Cannon Bozeman in the open field is going to be good.
Buck Randall's got an empty set formation. Stops, sets in the pocket, now throws across the middle, incomplete. He was looking out there for Cash Tanner. Second down and 10.
I'm not sure if he envisioned Cash Tanner being a little bit more aggressive getting over there or what, but that ball was thrown out in front about 5 yards. Good protection by the Scots.
Here in the second quarter, Buck is just 2 of 5 passing. He was 8 of 11 in the first quarter. Here we go, second down and 10. Again, empty set. Buck sets, throws, fires right side.
Oh, no.
It's intercepted. Tipped into the air and picked off by Bryant Robinson.
Wow, and Matthew White brings him down, but that's one of those ones you hate to see the quarterback have responsibility for because the tip is what led to it.
Well, Highland Park gives it back over to Lone Star, and they've got it in Highland Park territory at the 32.
Well, defense now going to have to do their job.
That ball was deflected into the air. The Highland Park player and a defensive back both went up, and I think both got a hand on it. And then Robinson came down with it.
Scots need one of their own. Again, Lone Star in that empty quad set. Once again to the right.
Empty set formation. They've got 4 receivers out to the right side. Got it to Gross. Gross breaks 1, 2 tackles, and breaks a 3rd tackle. Boy, he's got some power, and he is fast. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 17. Ben Gordon. Ronan Moreland will get credit for the tackles.
And you can see the Scots are just a hair away from making a play for no gain right here in the backfield, but just can't quite get there. Good stiff arm by Gross to keep the Highland Park defender from bringing him down.
That's 15 first downs now for Lone Star. They'll scrimmage from Highland Park's 18-yard line, 17-yard line.
H-back number 45, Jagers.
Hoyt's in the game at running back, play action. They've got 2 receivers in the end zone. Now right, rolls left, he'll tuck it and run with it. He's at the 10, and finally he's going to get slung down And that's Bo Jones, who got over there and brought him to the ground.
Yep, Sumner did a good job right there, but Scott's really having trouble bottling up.
Timeout.
Trey Wright.
Lone Star.
Rangers will call their first timeout right here. Trying to figure out what to do with it on 1st and goal to go. 32 seconds to go, first half.
Well, Scots need to come up with something to at least periodically put pressure on Trey Wright.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our halftime show brought to you by Madden Securities. We'll have our player interviews, and also you'll see the Highlander band. You will see the bells and those player interviews as well. Here we go from the 7-yard line.
Defense needs to step up. Make a play. Find a way when you least expect it.
Hoyt stands just to the right of the quarterback. Quarterback's going to keep it. Right. Starts up the middle. Now he bounces back outside.
Big
He'll
hit.
get down. He may get 1 yard. That's about all there was right there.
Well,
Clock's down to 23 seconds.
He got popped by Bo Jones right there. I promise you. He's taking his helmet off because he felt it.
Lone Star.
Right.
Second timeout.
In a minute, Bo Jones lights him up. Boom.
We're watching it on the big screen here at the Star in Frisco. And the timeout's going to be taken by head coach Jeff Rayburn of Lone Star.
Well, that's what you have to do with a quarterback like Wright. You got to punish him every time he runs the ball to make him think twice about it in the future.
Let's check in with Jay Ellis down on the turf here at the Ford Center. Jay, what do you got?
Yeah, just a little chess match I thought I'd point out. You know, often we talk about Randy Allen playing games with the other side, but Bobby Leidner, the defensive coordinator, is doing a good job of disguising what the defense is doing. On that last play, Lone Star had 3 receivers right, and Highland Park, by alignment, had 2 and 2 halves, or really 4 people to that side. And before the snap, the outside linebacker, I'm not sure if it was Satcher or McMurray, stepped inside after Lone Star decided to run the ball, and Highland Park had numbers.
Quarterback's out, split out now.
Highland Park goes with a Wildcat formation. Hoyt. And Hoyt will get down to the 2-yard line. I'll tell you what, grabbing his ankle and holding on for dear life was Graham Rogers. He would not allow him to get into the end zone. First time tonight we've seen that with Hoyt, who was the quarterback last season, lining up out of the shotgun. They had sent Trey Wright out on a wing to the right side.
And I think they wanted to run the ball to the quarterback, but Trey Wright got his bell rung by Bo Jones previous play, so probably that was a calculated play right there to Hoyt.
They're going to start the clock. It's at 13 seconds now. 12 seconds. A 3rd down and 2. And I think Lone Star is going to let this. There. You may be right, Jay.
Was called earlier.
Timeout was called, and there's some confusion on this. No doubt they're going to probably put more time back on the clock. Yep, they moved it back to
Reset the game clock to 10 seconds. Timeout. Lone Star. Final timeout.
Didn't give them quite as much as I thought they were going to give them.
Yep. Good
Jay,
point,
I don't know if you were on the air right there, so let's bring you back in and put you on the air now.
Even though they've only got a yard to go, if they run the ball and miss it, the clock will run out. So we'll likely see a pass on 3rd down, and if they don't make it, clock stops, and then we'll, of course, see them run the ball for that 1 yard. But Highland Park's got to get pressure there, and they've got to really get underneath the inside shoulder pads of these receivers so they don't get a quick slant and they don't get a fade to the back corners.
They got to get underneath. They got to penetrate. If you're down in the offensive line, or defensive line, get in the gaps, cause penetration, give Trey Wright something to see.
Trey Wright out of the shotgun. 2-step drop. There was a rush coming. He throws it. It's dropped. Davion Gross, the intended receiver, can't hold on. That was Dean Doolin, who was defending on the play for Highland Park. 4th and goal to go, 7 seconds on the clock.
And again, they may be not kicking it. They may be going for it right here. And again, if the Scots can find a way to deny Lone Star, what a huge momentum swing right before half. Kind of surprised Lone Star's doing this and not taking the 3 points.
And from what we've seen from Davion Gross, kind of surprising that he didn't catch that one. Heavy set situation.
Oh, get low, get low.
They've got that H-back set to the right side. Handoff, Hoyt, touchdown. Right up the middle, a 1-yard touchdown run, his second 1-yard touchdown of the night.
Well, it's difficult to stop him on the 1-yard line right there. It's hopeful. Scott's trying to get low and get underneath, but Hoyt finds the hole.
It's going to make it 26-17, pending the point after. As Logan Moore steps back in there, and again, he will kick.
Let's see if the Scots might have a chance of blocking one of these.
Kick is up. This time he got it a little bit higher than he has been, and it does go through. And it's going to make it a 10-point lead with just 4 seconds on the clock.
That interception a little bit earlier cost the Scots 7 points right there.
It's the only turnover of the football game. That was a nice drive by Lone Star.
Here's the Lone Star drive. They go. The Rangers go 32 yards in 6 plays. Take 47 seconds off the clock. The touchdown and 1-yard dive by Carice Hoyt. Extra point is good. And 4 seconds to go in the half. It's Lone Star 27, Highland Park 17.
Okay, so if Lone Star kicks it out of bounds, Highland Park could get it with 1 play, maybe.
Right.
Would they rear back and just throw it as far as they could?
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna have to be right here on some type of unorthodox
little starburst
return. I don't think they'd go starburst again, but they might go something else.
Highland Park looks like they've got their hands team in there, right?
Yeah, they're just backing up to make sure that there's not a quick onside of any type.
Gotcha. Moore's got it teed up, kicking left to right. Again, 4 seconds left on the clock. High, short, fielded, 24-yard line. This is Harrison Cullum. Cullum's going to bring it out to the 42-yard line.
Nice
and
return.
The play clock is down to 000. 17 yards on the return for Harrison Cullum, and that brings us to halftime here at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. And what a first half that's been, huh? We're going to show you the player video coming up in just a moment. Our interviews tonight with Langdon McMurray, Matthew White, and Ronan Moreland, brought to you by Dallas Coin Buyers, where legacy meets value. So we invite you to stand by for our halftime show, brought to you by Madden Securities. We'll take a timeout, then we'll return with the player interviews.
I hope I don't give off like this VIP persona, but Sewell has kind of messed with my head in that way to kind of make me feel like I'm a VIP when it comes to cars. My husband will joke, he's like, you're obsessed with your car. I'm like, I am. I'm not a car person, but I'm obsessed with my car because of Sewell. I will always drive a Sewell.
Discover our wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles at Sewell Cadillac.
Back at the Ford Center, again, we're at halftime. Lone Star leads Highland Park 27-17 at the break. The Lone Star Band is out on the field right now. We're going to pitch it to our halftime player interviews with Langdon McMurray, Matthew White, and Ronan Moreland, brought to you by Dallas Coin Buyers, where legacy meets value.
Well, guys, we last visited with all y'all back earlier in the season. Since that time, in an opening night loss to Rockwall Heath, you've reeled off 12 straight victories and find yourself in the 4th round of the playoffs. preparing for a regional final battle with Frisco Lone Star. You know, when you take it all in from where you are right now, 13 games into the season, what have you learned about what it takes to be a Highland Park Scot and how hard you have to work to be in a position to win almost every game, which is y'all's goal? Ronan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't learned it much new, but it's kind of been reinforced. I mean, we've been doing this since my freshman year, and it's like, especially first since like getting in the secondary and getting with Coach Easton, like it's a lot of work, and we're in there every morning. And it's just like kind of reinforcing, like this is the work you have to put in if you want to go far and be a state champion.
Right, it's been obvious. Matthew, how about you?
Yeah, I think it's kind of what Ronan was saying, but I think it's coming to practice every day with that mindset of getting 1% better every day, treating every rep like it's game, and just, you know, taking everything serious. And Langdon, we'll move to you. How much more in focus does that become, having to, you know, work hard every play when you get to this point in the playoffs?
You know, every game it's going to be harder and harder as you get deeper into the playoffs, so you have to treat practice the same way. The only way you can win a game and the only way you can be confident when you're playing is practicing hard.
Do you see that with young guys coming up, that you kind of have to go, hey guys, you can't coast, you got to go?
Definitely, especially at the start of the year, more even before the season, you know, you just kind of got to instill that Highland Park culture into them. Right.
And did somebody do it for you when you were sophomore, so it's been passed down? Some of you may not have an answer to this, but I always like to ask, what's your biggest aha moment? What's something that kind of hits you between the eyes that, oh, I get that now? Matthew, you're not.
I'd say, like, recently, it was our offense starting off slow, and these past couple games, especially in the playoffs, that's just kind of like a moment where you realize, like, we can't just come into every game just thinking we're just going to, it's going to be given to us, you know, so we've definitely been working harder on that and trying to fix that and come out, start the game hot. That's been a focus with us recently.
Right, and with the people you're playing, that's going to become even more important. Langdon, how about you? Anything?
There was a time when practice was looking kind of sluggish, and coaches brought the player committee together, and Coach Easton said a word that kind of, you know, stuck out to me. It was energy. So throughout the season, I've tried to, and I know Ronan has too. He's always bringing my energy up, and I'm trying to keep the team's energy up all throughout practice.
Yeah, Ronan, is that the good answer?
Yeah, definitely. For me, I would say it's definitely like the Tyler game. Like, it kind of hit us. We were like, okay, we got to focus in and have better practice. Like, that can't happen again. Giving up 66 points is never fun for a defense. And the week after practice, we kind of realized, like, this is setting in. Like, we're not invincible. We can lose in this district, and we're going to play good teams the whole year.
As hard as that was when it happened, and you still got the win, so you were happy about that, it had to wake up a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I see it as a good thing, because it was like a wake-up call. Like, we realized we have to change things if we want to go far, and it's something that needed to happen for us to change our defense and understand what kind of defense we have to play to be successful.
Yeah, well, you definitely showed the benefit of that. Great season, obviously, so far. Hope it's going to be even better down the road. But if you go back and change one thing, is there anything that comes to mind that you go, yeah, I might do this a little sooner than I did, or whatever? Matthew, anything for you?
I mean, I wish I didn't get hurt earlier in the year. I wish I could have played all the games, but that'd probably be one thing I wish I could take back.
There's a lot to be thankful for, not regret, and anything you want to change. Let's turn it around a little bit. What has motivated you most during the season? When you guys go home at night, you lay in bed, think about where you are, what keeps coming back to you? Langdon, we'll start with you.
Just playing for my team. You know, it's when you're deep in the season, you're getting tired, your body's hurting. Just knowing that you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the Scouts.
And does that really, when you need a burst of energy?
Oh yeah, it's
it
a
for
huge
you?
burst of energy.
Yeah. Ronan, how about you?
I think it's just like how I saw the Scots players when I was younger, like when I was the fourth grader, looking up at these guys and thinking they're like some superheroes. Now it's like I want to play for the kids that look up to us, and also just like thinking how long we've all been playing football. We've been playing football together for probably 12 years, and just like all this time we spent, like we want to finish it out on a good note and like finish with a spark.
Well, you bring up a good point, being a little kid watching the three-peats. Matthew, I know your mom did a deal on the bulletin board in there. Explain what she did, because I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, she found a bunch of the moms sent her photos, and they collected a bunch of photos from when we were younger, like going to the games, all those playoff runs.
When you were 7 and 8,
when we were kids, like back in 2016, 17, and 18. And so it's kind of cool to see that, like, we were those little kids at one point, and now we're on the field.
And better yet, I think, was the quotes she got from the guys you were looking up to, Kate Sawstead and a number of others. Tell us about that.
Yeah, those guys have been pretty cool to, like, give her those quotes and just kind of a little spark of energy or a little inspiration, just kind of like, you know, telling us to not take anything for granted and just to enjoy it while we have it.
And don't listen to the procrastinators who are telling you who's going to win this game and by how much, because it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
I always like to ask, you guys play with a bunch of guys, there's 100 guys on this team. Any of your teammates that come to mind that have just blown you away with what they've been able to do, what they've tried to do, how hard they worked, anything like that? Ronan, we'll go to you.
I would definitely say Blake Newman. I mean, it sticks out a lot to me because we play the same position, but last year Blake had been battling injuries and really didn't play that much on the JV Blue, and he worked his butt off in the spring and in the summer, and now he rotates in and gets like a significant amount of playing time, and just some of the things that he does is like amazing, and you never would have thought it from like how far he's come in the last just year of practice and like how much work he's put in. It's really amazing.
And based on his playing time for the first half of the year, he may have been hurt, but he didn't get much, and so he had to keep plugging through all of that.
Yes, sir.
Didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it was like we hadn't started rotating until later in the season, and he's really stepped up in a big time. If me and Martin go down, I feel confident that he'll be able to step in and play a great role.
And we hope nobody gets hurt as well, but those things happen as you get farther and farther in the playoffs. It's nice to know Blake will be ready. How about you, Matthew? Anybody?
I think Benton Weathersby is one that sticks out to me. I didn't really know him too much before this year, but we've been battling some injuries with the O-line, and just to see him step up, and now he starts like every single game. He's been doing such a great job all year. He brings energy. Has such a great work ethic. I think he's definitely someone that sticks out to me for sure.
And that's hard to do as a sophomore.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, some of you were here Langdon, you were here as a sophomore, so you remember how scary it probably was at first to run out there when the coach says go play. I'm not sure I want to. Langdon, how about you? Anybody stand out?
Speaking of sophomores, Graham Rogers has made a huge impact. You know, after Lee got hurt, I mean, he stepped up. He had that next man up mentality. He's been playing great.
Right. He doesn't play like a sophomore either.
Oh no.
So you got several that don't play like sophomores. Well, you got traits like intensity, determination, resilience. All these are traits that great football teams have in common, and you guys know it. How do you get that to spill over to everybody? How do you get everybody thinking, hey, this is what we got to do if we're going to get to end where we want? Matthew, how about it?
Well, I mean, I think one thing is just like how the season ended last year, just that bitter taste in our mouth. Everyone has that taste in their mouth and no one's forgetting it. So that's definitely something that brings us together. And it's definitely something how we don't want to end that way, how it did last year. So
that's your motivation.
I think so.
Yeah. Langdon, how about you?
I think just you doing it yourself, leading by example, I think is contagious. That energy, going to practice, going full speed, just brings up the people around you.
Right. I mean, it really does. Ronan, do you need guys on the team who show by example? Do you need other guys to talk about it? Is that the magic formula?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's all just the guys, like, everyone can be a leader, and I think it's something that Landon keeps bringing up that's huge. It's like the energy in practice. It's like, it can't just be one guy. It has to spread and, like, be infectious. It's like, we talked the other day and talked about how when we have energy at practice, it's infectious and it spreads not just around the defense, but the offense too, and everyone has more fun. We have better practice and we play better on Friday. It's like, I think that's definitely the big thing, just having energy and having a good time out there.
How old were you when you realized this is why we win?
I realized it in the winter of my freshman year during powerlifting. We're getting up there at 6 a.m. every morning, and it's like, it's the standard. It's not like, oh, some people go. It's like every single person's there on the team, and it's like, it's a bad thing if you're not there. It's not like, oh, it's good if you go. Like, if you're not, you have to be there every day. It's like, it's a requirement. It's not optional.
Mm-hmm. You want to be a Scott? You got to do the work. Yes. Let's talk a little bit about your coaches. Obviously you play for Coach Allen, who's one of the best coaches in America. Yeah, how much does it help you guys trusting that he knows what he's doing? And if you'll just do what he says, you got a great chance to win every game. Elaine, we'll start with you.
It's just trust. I trust my coaches. I trust my teammates. I think that's one of the most important things.
And do you know, though, it's probably not that way everywhere?
100%.
I mean, you play teams, you go, you guys don't believe, do you? How about it, Matthew?
I mean, I just think we have such a great coaching staff, and so it's real easy for me to put my trust in them, just knowing how much success has come out of this program and with these coaches. So it's really easy for me to, just with their backgrounds.
Right. Ronan, do they pour into you every day?
For sure. I mean, especially with Coach Easton being my position coach, it's the energy every day. And sometimes it sounds like he's getting on your butt, but it's all in good heart, and he's trying to do it for the best of us. And it's great on defense. It's like sometimes, I mean, we're going against good guys, and it's like you just got to trust the call, trust the coaches will put you in a good spot to be successful. I think that trust is spread all throughout our defense. Everyone knows that Coach Leitner and Coach Easton will make a good call and put us in a good position to be successful.
One of the things that looks like it stands out to me when I watch y'all on defense is those guys, coaches are pushing you hard, but there's a little bit of in between fun involved too. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have a lot of fun. It's like, I mean, that's what I love about it, is like they'll be hard on us and we'll get work done, but we'll also poke a little fun at each other and have a good time in meetings or in practice all the time.
But if it deviates from where they know you need to be, they're going to let you know right away. Matthew, how about offensively?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we all have great relationships with all of our coaches. They definitely know how to make it fun, but they also know like when we need to take it serious and like when to lock in and like when to switch it up. But definitely have a lot of fun for sure.
Right. 20 years from now, you guys will come back for a reunion, and you'll relive all these stories, and you'll talk about Ronan's 5 interceptions and Matthew's touchdown and Langdon's big plays out on the edge, setting the edge out there. What is it you hope people remember about you guys the most? What do you when you guys are doing this and the coaching staff is all different and you're talking about your team? What is it you hope people know?
It sounds cliche, but it's something we say, like, we leave it better than you found it. I hope that we can spread the culture, like what we talk about, like the Scott culture, to the younger grades and keep it going like down the line for the next generations. It's like just keep everyone like instilling that in what the standard should be for the guys below us.
Great thoughts. Matthew, how about you?
Yeah, I hope they're going to remember us as a team that never gave up and always fought to the end, and then ultimately as a state championship team. That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Great, we'd love to be there.
Yeah.
Langdon, we'll finish with you.
I want to see a team that put their full effort, left everything on the field, and left this program with no regrets.
Follow-up question. State championship game over. You win the whole thing. You've worked your tail off. What do you want? What do you hope your teammates know about you, Langdon?
Want them to know that. I can't think of anything.
What do you think about your example, how you played?
Hope they see that I put everything into the game, everything into this team.
Right. Matthew, how about
I think something kind of similar. I hope they know that I left it out on the field, gave them everything I had, and just was playing for my team and for my coaches and just for everyone in this community.
Great. Ronan?
Yeah, I just want to know as like someone who led and like played the right way and like played as a Scott, like someone who passes the culture down, kind of like I said earlier, and sets a good example for the younger guys.
Well, y'all are doing that definitely, because I see the little kids out there wanting to be just like you, and I wonder all the time, do you guys really see yourself? You don't see yourself that way, but there's a lot of kids that do. You got a big time game coming up this week. Can't wait to see it against a very good team. It's the 4 teams that are left in the North are all capable of winning it all, but y'all are among them. So that's a good place you want to be. Thank you very much for being with us today, and we wish you the best of luck tonight against Lone Star, and hopefully for a couple more weeks down the road. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Park High School proudly presents the 2025 Highland Bells. Lieutenants from left to right are Josie Borders, Ashley Nolan, Sadie Baker, and Dylan Roy. For your halftime entertainment, the Bells will perform a holiday hoop routine. Sponsor
And we welcome you back to halftime here at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Russell Scott, Jim Castellaw, Brian Sperry, our statistician. Pat Sauer is in the stands, and Jay Ellis along the sideline, our Game On Sports Network crew here as well. And 27-17, Highland Park on the short end of the score tonight against a very good Lone Star team.
Yeah, just what we expected, not the score necessarily, but we knew how talented Lone Star was and how dangerous they could be. Obviously, Scots, I'm really interested to see their adjustment at halftime. They're going to have to do something defensively to put some pressure on Trey Wright and force some errant throws, make him throw quicker than he wants to.
Here are the stats. Total yards, 416 to 205. Lone Star, 416 yards of total offense, 316 through the air, 100 yards on the ground. They've had it for about 3 minutes longer than Highland Park's had it. First downs are 16 to 9. Highland Park, 205 yards of total offense, 174 passing, 31 yards on the ground. And again, Highland Park, 3 penalties, 15 yards. Lone Star, 5 for 47. And really the biggest difference in there is that one turnover. Highland Park committing the interception, and Lone Star turning that into 7 points late in the second quarter.
Yeah, if you take that interception out of there, it's almost blow for blow, and we're likely 2017 right now and have a whole different outlook. But that interception converted finally to touchdown on 4th and 1 dive by Lone Star. So the Scots are going to have to bow up, circle the wagons, and find something that works defensively to put pressure on Lone Star and force a bad pass. Again, Trey Wright, to this point in other games this year, he has coughed it up. He's thrown some bad, ill-advised, we'll call it, passes, and Scots need to find a way to make that happen.
Well, the other thing is Lone Star gets the ball to start the second half. Highland Park has Sutton Stock with the ball teed up. Our kickoff for Davidson Bogle Real Estate.
Let's see if Scots can force a turnover right off the bat.
Sutton Stock steps into it. It's going to kick it high and long, and it'll be fielded down around the 8-yard line. This is going to be brought out to the 15, 20, and near the 25-yard line before he's taken down. And 17-yard return, and that is going to be Aaron Colin on the return for
and on the bottom,
Lone Star.
Excuse me, Russell. On the bottom of that pile, number 31, Grant Guscio, in to make the tackle on Colin.
Lone Star, 416 yards of total offense in the first half. 316 passing by Trey Wright. Wright rushed for 87 yards. So out of the 416 total yards of offense, Trey Wright accounted for 403 of those.
Thomas Cook in the middle at the nose guard spot.
They're going to empty set to start it off, and Trey Wright's going to run it. Quarterback draw, he's got a first down and then some. Boy, is he quick.
Quick.
And he's going to pick up 15 yards almost. Martin True comes in to make the tackle. That's going to put him over 100 yards rushing right there.
Again, we're interested to see the change in the Scots approach. Again, Thomas Cook moving to nose guard, trying to get some maybe quick pressure there.
I'd like to say thanks to Highland Park sponsor Iron Horse Power Services. Iron Horse bringing you the replays here in the third quarter. Pass out into the flat right side. That's going to be about a 7-yard pickup. Ben Gordon's in there on the tackle. The catch made by Carice Hoyt.
Ben Gordon sprinting out to the outside on the little bubble screen look right there. And Ben Gordon, along with help from number 6, Landon McMurray, brings him down.
Second down and about 3 needed for a first. They've got to get to their own 49-yard line. Again, Wright, nobody in the backfield with him.
Pressure, yes.
And he's now facing some pressure. Steps out of the way, gets it out to Hoyt. Left side, caught it right near the sideline at the Highland Park 44-yard line. Davis Sasher will push him out of bounds. 11-yard pass and catch.
It looked like Thomas Cook was going to get home on that one. He looked like he had Trey Wright bottled up in the backfield. Gets a help from a block from one of the offensive linemen for Lone Star, and unable to get there. The Scots have to rally and bring down Carice Hoyt.
Rangers into Highland Park territory now with the ball at the Scots 43. To the left hash mark, 5 receivers. Gross goes in motion. They'll swing it to Gross right side. Found a seam in the defense. He's got another first down for the Rangers down to Highland Park's 32.5-yard line. That's Jack Sumner. Made the tackle.
There's a lot of free use of the hands going on. But again, you get Gross outside like that, you're not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. And Scots aren't doing that poorly. They're just hurrying to get there, and all that's getting there is an arm.
Gross becomes the second Ranger receiver to go over 100 yards receiving. Now Gross comes in motion. Throw goes behind him the other way. This is going to be Logan Brown who made the catch. He's going to be stopped right about where he caught it at about the 28-yard line. That's Sumner, who's playing defense over there. Langdon McMurray also in on the tackle.
Again, you can't, although the probably corners want to cheat up, but if you do, you're going to get beat over the top. And the ball did come loose there. Scots don't come up with it, though. Pops out of bounds.
Second down. And again, 4 receivers. This time they've got Hoyt lined up in the backfield. Excuse me, it is not Hoyt. It is Gross, and Gross caught it, and Gross is going to run this into the end zone. He caught it about the line of scrimmage, able to get around the left side, and goes 28 yards for the touchdown.
Carice Hoyt talking trash to Martin True. That may come back and bite him. 28-yard play by Lone Star.
Davion Gross on the touchdown, and extra point to come right here from Logan Moore. Farthest Highland Park has trailed in a football game this season, and it's good. 34-17. They've doubled up the Scots.
Well, I know this. Scots aren't going to quit. They're going to come right back, put points on the board, and find a way to get back in this if at all possible. Again, you just need something positive to happen, either a play on defense or a big play offensively.
Get another look at it on the big screen here at the Ford Center.
Again, Scots are holding their leverage like they've been taught, making sure that they force the runner back inside where there's help coming, but just not enough speed to keep up with Gross.
Going to clarify, Brian Sperry says that was a backward pass, so we're going to call this a pitch and run, and so Davion Gross will get the rushing yards on that 28-yard touchdown.
Well, here's the Lone Star scoring drive. They go 75 yards in 6 plays, take 2:11 off the clock. The touchdown, that 28-yard run by Gross that Russell just referenced. Extra point is good. And again, with 9:49 to go in the third quarter, it's Lone Star 34, Highland Park 17.
Moore's going to kick right to left here at the Ford Center. Highland Park's got 3 safeties deep. Jack Morris, one of the 3 for Highland Park. The other 2, Harrison Cullum and Cannon Bozeman. Lone Stars had the ball 7 times. They have scored on 6 of those. Their only drive that they didn't score on, they missed that short field goal. Here's the kickoff for Davidson Bogle Real Estate, and it's fielded, and there's a pass across the field to Cannon Bozeman. He's got it, and he's got some blockers.
Here we go, Cannon. Here we
Bozeman,
go, Cannon.
30, 35, 40.
Here we go.
Bozeman at the 50. Bozeman across the 40, down near the 35 before they'll finally catch him, and that's Bryce Hayes Roberts who will make the tackle, but Cannon Bozeman on a great run up the left side after getting that cross field pass from Jack Morris.
And Jack Morris, who used to be a quarterback in middle school, rifles the ball across, and Bozeman does a great job of avoiding the first man and making a big run back. So that's what the Scots need, some type of shot in the arm. And Coach Allen pulls it out of the hat right there.
He took it 47 yards, gives Highland Park their best starting field position of a drive tonight. They'll start at Lone Star's 35.
Let's see if Scots can start taking back just a little momentum, piece by piece.
Matthew White, James Flowers in the backfield. They'll stand to either side of Buck Randall. Here's a reverse. Oh, no. Jack Swaldy got it, was trying to go from right to left. His feet get tripped up, and he's knocked down by Marcel Dominguez.
And I believe Swaldy looks like he's banged up.
He's limping off the field. Our injury update for Dr. Field Scoville. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
Scots are already down one slot receiver in Charlie Olmstead tonight.
That's going to be a loss of 9 on the play.
Excuse me. Olmstead in there now. My mistake. My mistake.
Evan Snellman also in the game for Highland Park. He'll split far to the right side. Here's Matthew White in motion out of the backfield. Buck Randall being flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, throws.
Nice catch.
It's caught. And that is Snellman, who made a great catch. The pass was deflected by a defensive back. Snellman went down to his knees, catches it for an 8-yard gain for the Scots.
Not bad for the sophomore out there at the Z position, going in for Swaldy. It's just what the Scots need. No, Olmstead is back. My mistake.
Third down now for Highland Park. They need just over 10 yards for a first. They've got to get down near the 25-yard line.
Scots are probably maybe in four down territory, I should say.
Scots are 1 for 4, converting third downs. Need 11 right here. Here comes the rush. Drops it across the middle. This is Snellman again. And Snellman got face mask.
Yeah.
It'll be a first down by Highland Park by penalty.
That's what you need right there. Again, just a nice catch by Snellman on the drag route.
I think that was Jordan Deck who just reached up there and grabbed him by the face mask.
It's going to put the Scots down about the 20-yard line, knocking on the door of the red zone.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 9. Foul be added to the end of the run. First down.
Second big penalty on number 9.
Get another look at it on the big play right here on the big screen.
You see that he has the face mask clearly on the jumbotron here at the Star.
Boy, and he didn't let go.
No. But to be fair, once you grab it, it's hard to physically let go when you're exerting.
Highland Park's got a first down now down at the 18-yard line. In the Randall Dentistry red zone. Pass out to the right side, caught. Here's Charlie Olmstead. His first catch in a couple of games. Bryant Robinson brings him down. Only a 2-yard pickup for the Scots. Now second down and 8.
Olmstead been battling a back issue and was out of practice most of this week, and but thankfully able to come back for this game and help the Scots find a way to get on the right side of this score.
Highland Park down 34-17. 7:42 to play third quarter.
Just keep chipping away, chip away.
Matthew White's in the backfield. He'll stand to the right of Buck Randall. Now they move him out into a slot to the right.
Comes a blitz.
Empty set formation. Throw across the middle.
Yes.
Caught. Touchdown.
There
Cannon Bozeman.
There it is.
His second touchdown catch of the night.
Nice job. And he beat Carice Hoyt on the post route. This Matthew White out there being covered by some of the other secondary, but it drew the attention and allowed single coverage on Bozeman by Hoyt. Hoyt couldn't handle it.
Extra point brought to you by Kensington Vanguard National Title. Here's Sutton Stock, and Mr. Automatic splits the uprights. Well, the Scots needed something good to happen, and it did.
Yeah,
it's a 10-point ball game.
Well, that's one thing that Lone Star better realize. These Scots, they will come back. So if you relax, you may find yourself in a bad position.
What do you think there, Jay? How'd you like that?
It was nice. You know, the offense has a lot of confidence. What I was going to tell you guys is Yes, Highland Park needs to make a play, but the challenge is we got to either make a stop or we got to get a turnover. And so they did a few things differently in that first possession. Highland Park from the short side of the field was rushing their outside linebacker, but Lone Star was usually going to the field and including those quick little bubble screens. So I think we'll see Highland Park try to mix it up again. I also wouldn't be surprised if Highland Park tries to find a way to manufacture another possession. A great way to do it would be for Sutton Stock to kick the ball right in number 47's chest right here, and he's got the accuracy to do it.
Hey, wave at him. Wave at him. Say, pat your chest.
Yeah, I'll tell him. I tell you, the way he's lining up, he may be doing it. But yeah, I know they like to kick that floater out there where number 1 is to about the 15.
Not at the point of needing an onside yet.
Sutton Stock has it teed up. He'll kick left to right.
Oh,
and it is an onside kick. It's over in front of the end. Highland Park's got it. Scott's covered it. Highland Park's got it right at the 40-yard line. Coming up with that for the Scots is Graham McKellar.
Wow. Coach Allen pulls the trigger. Look at Sutton Stock. He is pumped. He is pumped. He did it to the short side. Caught. The short side meaning the ball was lined up on the hash to the left. He kicked the onside to the Scots left. Really caught Lone Star napping. Weren't expecting that, and nice play. Look at the Scots coverage team right there, taking out the lead man.
Boy, Highland Park had everybody over there.
Graham McKellar comes up with it.
Odie Schoaf was right behind him.
Momentum starting to swing for the Scots.
The Scots started at the 35 on their last drive. They'll start at the 41 of the Rangers on this drive, and there is an interception thrown. Buck Randall trying to drop it on a check down pass, and it is intercepted.
Well,
his second pick on only 6.
The good thing is, though, Russell, the good thing, that's just like you had a kickoff and Lone Star brings the ball back to the 44-yard line. You got to put it out of your mind. You had momentum swing. You got to keep that momentum surging your way.
The ruling on the field is the interception by the defense. First down, Lone Star.
Tell you what, Nicholas Viveros did a nice job to scoop that off the turf just before it was about to hit the ground.
Looks like
Rangers have the ball. They'll start at their own 42. Swing pass, left side, caught, first down. They'll get it down at Highland Park's 46. 12 yards on the completion. And again, it's Davion Gross.
One of the things Gross has been able to avoid so far in this game is a direct shot that drives him backwards. The Scots are doing their best just to catch up. But sooner or later, when you get to touch the ball that many times and you play Highland Park, you're going to get lit up.
First down from the Scots 46. Rangers moving right to left. Stack 2 receivers to the right. They've got 5 in the pattern. There's the pass. Boom! And there it is blown up. That ball may have been a backwards pass. Nope. They're going to blow it dead as if it was a forward pass, but boy, that was close to being a lateral.
That was Jack Sumner coming up quickly from his corner position. Look at that. Can't play it any better than that right there. Way to go, Jack Sumner. Make his daddy proud.
Second down. Highland Park doing a good job to get in there and just spoil the whole thing.
This is where you want them right here. 2nd 10. Keep them going against the chains.
4 up on that defensive line for Highland Park. They'll rush 3, drop a linebacker, and here is the pass to Forbish. He'll catch it for another first down. He found that soft spot in the defense, and he caught it down at the 39-yard line. 15 yards, 17 yards.
Yeah, Blake Newman in for Martin True. It looked like True had some type of cramp coming off. Hope he's okay.
Forbish now has 5 catches for 120 yards. And Gross has 7 for 118. Again, empty set formation. Trey Wright has all day in the pocket. He's looking right, looking left. Now he's going to run to his right. Still behind the line of scrimmage. Got a block, and he'll turn it upfield.
Oh.
He tripped over the down marker.
Got tripped by the down marker, not being dropped.
And let's see where they're going to mark him out.
That's on the Lone Star sideline.
They say he stepped out of bounds at the 24. So it's going to be a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, I can't believe that on his own sideline, that down marker stayed up and flipped him.
2nd down and 5.
It's like
Scots
empty
need
set
something
again.
defensively to happen right here. They
Trips
need
into the
big
short
play.
side.
Wright changing the play. Highland Park in man-free defense. And Trey Wright's going to run it himself. Left side, and he'll get the first down. He'll get inside the 15. Tackled him at the 14-yard line. Newman and Doolin combined a 10-yard run for Trey Wright.
You don't want to be tackled by Newman and Doolin at the same time. Big hit.
Getting another look at it. How many rushing yards does Trey Wright have now? 116 on 12 carries.
Scots need to find a way to convert a turnover if they can.
First down from the Scots 14-yard line. Here comes the rush. They almost got to him. Couldn't quite get there. That was Langdon McMurray. Quarterback will run it around the right side, run out of bounds inside the 10. And a gain of 6 on the play. I thought Highland Park was finally going to get there.
Langdon McMurray was right there. Again, that's what makes Trey Wright so difficult is you'll see him. Here comes the blitz. Scots haven't done it much, but McWright just steps out of it. Tries to, the sophomore Graham Rogers tries to get there as well, but just can't.
No sacks on that quarterback tonight, and he has picked up at least 2 yards on every single carry. Here's a play action. They throw that little slant pattern. Caught. Touchdown. Logan Brown has the score. Jay Ellis had a terrific look at that one. Tell us what you saw, Jay.
Highland Park shifted over to the other side. Both safeties went to Highland Park's right, and it left our corner over on that side, Sumner, one-on-one on an island. I think he got a quick jab step, and the receiver did a good job of just getting it slightly inside. And of course, as you might expect, that quarterback put it on the money.
Our replays this quarter brought to you by Iron Horse Power Services. Here comes the extra point from Logan Moore. And it is good. And it is now 41-24. Lone Star leads Highland Park here in the third quarter.
Goes back that 17-point lead, but the Scots, again, had the momentum. It gets hard to stop. We see that on the replay on the Jumbotron here. And once that receiver gets inside position and the quarterback puts the ball on him, it's almost impossible to stop on that little post.
How many times do you have to stop and remind yourself that's a sophomore quarterback out there doing all this?
Well, and you see clearly why they moved away from Carice Hoyt and went with Wright.
41-24 our score. Again, the winner of this will get most likely Aledo. Aledo and Denton Ryan were playing. Last check we had, it was a 33-3 ball game. That was at halftime.
That was Aledo leading.
Aledo leading. Yeah, Denton Ryan. And the winner of this will get the winner of that game.
Yep. This time last year, the two winners, Highland Park and Denton Ryan. Here's that scoring drive. For Lone Star, they go 58 yards in 7 plays, take 2:05 off the clock. The touchdown, an 8-yard reception by Brown. Extra point is good. And with 5:26 to go in third quarter, it's Lone Star 41, Highland Park 24.
Highland Park's going to send Isaiah Lee and Charlie Olmstead deep. And this is going to be a high end-over-end kick. Harrison Cullum from the 18. Brings it to the 20-25. He's going back across the grain. Gets hit at the 32. Taken down at the 33. 16-yard return for Harrison Cullum.
And he had one man to beat and just couldn't beat him.
That was Bryant Robinson, who he couldn't get around.
Robinson is a big, tall defender. We see the replay right here. Good block out in front. Again, you try not to block in the back. Nice return, though, for Mr. Harrison.
Well, the Scots offense takes over at their own 34-yard line.
Keep coming, keep coming.
2 backs for Highland Park. Here's a handoff to Matthew White. He couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Nicholas Vivros in there to make the tackle. Santonio Martin was in there too.
Vivros,
it's going to be a loss of 5.
On a blitz coming through the A gap, able to get Matthew White from behind.
2nd down and 15. Highland Park has run the ball twice here in the second half, a -9 and a -5. We need to turn those into some positive numbers somehow. Here's Buck Randall. Long pass, left side, caught. Cullum. Be driven out of bounds. First down, though, for Highland Park out at around the 46. Martin on the tackle. That's 16 yards.
Nice job by Buck Randall, putting the ball exactly where Harrison Cullum needs it. It's a nice pass, toe tap. Get your feet in, move the chains.
First down, Scots from their 45.
Coach Allen changing the play.
4:33 to play third quarter. Again, 2 running backs. James Flowers stays in to block.
Here we go.
And now Buck Randall's going to run it. Tucks, heads across the 50, out of bounds at the 45, 44-yard line.
First down.
11 yards, another first down for the Scots.
Good decision by Buck. Take what you can get, weave through the traffic, tuck the ball, get out of bounds with the first down.
Only the second time Highland Park has run for a first down tonight. They'll have the ball at the 44-yard line of the Rangers. Set to the right hash mark. Again, White and Flowers in the backfield. Play action. Buck Randall throws right side. Caught Matthew White. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Scots. 44 yards. They had that set up beautifully. He caught it all alone on the sideline. Nobody within 10 yards of him, and Matthew White scores his second touchdown of the night.
Blitz coming right in Buck Randall's face. He calmly stays in there and hits Matthew White up the sideline, which we've seen over and over again this year, and he sprints the end zone. Scots are not going away. If you're a Lone Star, you better keep scoring, because otherwise we'll make this a different game.
Sutton Stock comes on to try the extra point. Ronan Moreland to hold. Tanner snaps it back. The kick is good. Well, there's a howdy do the Highland Park Scots needed right there from the offense. Makes it a 10-point game. 41-31 with 4:15 to play. 4:15 to play in the third quarter.
And I'll give you a little history. Earlier this year, Lone Star playing Reedy had about a 13-point lead late, and Reedy, I don't know whether Lone Star gets bored or what, but Reedy comes back, scores 12 points to go within 2 points in a 2-point play of tying Lone Star late in the game. Scott's got to be looking for the same type thing. Nice job by Matthew White to spin around, make that catch, and get to the end zone.
Yeah, we're getting a look at it on the big screen. It almost looks as if he looked over his shoulder and went, there's nobody. Where is everybody?
All right, here's that scoring drive for the Scots. They go 66 yards in 4 plays, take 102 off the clock. The touchdown, 42-yard pass from Buck Randall to Matthew White. Stock adds the extra point, and with 4:15 to go third quarter, a lot of time left. It's Lone Star 41, Highland Park 31. This drive recap brought to you by Travis Spillman DDS.
Okay, Jay Ellis, what did you just tell us in our headset?
I was just going to say that Highland Park's got nothing to lose for trying to get the ball again here. It probably wouldn't be the same onside kick, but maybe another. If you're not stopping them, the length of the field doesn't make that much difference. So watch for Highland Park to do something creative on this kickoff as well.
What do you think, Coach?
Signal made. I think he's going to probably pooch it, but we'll see. Nope, here we go.
It's onside kick, same thing. They've got the hands team up there this time, and Lone Star will cover it at the Scots 48-yard line.
That's
defense
has to step
cover
up.
The ball is Seth Keys.
Again, that time Lone Star was not caught napping. Scott's got to find some way to get a stop. Yep. Dylan Palmer, Charlie Flint, Dennis Prowse up front. And I'm incorrect. That's Henry Hobbs at nose guard.
Well, the Rangers have scored on their last 4 drives. 3 times they had touchdowns. They started in Highland Park territory. Trey Wright's looking
Look
left
at Hobbs
now.
chase him. Here we
He's
go.
being rushed around and has to throw and downfield to Gross, and he caught it. How in the world? He's got it at the 12-yard line, another first down. And I said Gross. It's actually going to be Forbish who caught that one. 36 more yards.
And Trey Wright able to extend the play by just staying active in the backfield. Scott's defense just difficult covering for that length of time.
Blake Newman defending on the play right there, did everything he could.
See if Satcher comes, got both outside backers in blitz position.
Right again, steps back, throws left side into the corner of the end zone, trying to get it in there to Forbish. This time unable to do so. Dean Doolin defending.
And Trey Wright
incomplete.
Trey Wright better be thankful that I think that was Langdon McMurray coming from the offensive right side. Could have lit him up, but he didn't do it.
Trey Wright now 25 of 34 passing for 422 yards, 2 touchdowns. No linebacker in there for Highland Park. Now they're going to drop him back. Here comes the rush.
Yeah.
Thomas Cook got to him.
Thomas Cook.
He threw it away as he was going down. If we were in the NFL, he would be in the grasp.
Thomas Cook, good job, man. That's the first time that Wright's had a guy in his face or on his heels and be able to bring him down.
Thomas Cook, who's got 11.5 sacks on the season, nearly had another one.
That's what we're used to seeing Thomas Cook do. He's again lining up at the nose position to try to get through the A-gap. Now he's sliding back outside, keep it changing up.
3-man defensive line again for Highland Park.
We're down.
Here
we
comes
go.
the linebacker. Trey Wright into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. No, wait a minute. He did not hold on to it. Logan Brown was the intended receiver. He did not hold on to it. Jack Sumner was able to deflect it out of his hands.
Great effort by Jack Sumner. That looked like it's going to be a for sure touchdown, but he found a way to rake the ball clean. That's going to bring up 4th down for Lone Star.
Boy, Jack Sumner stayed with him, and
this replay right here looks like
he was not able to complete the catch.
The ball slightly underthrown, but Sumner on Brown's back.
19-yard field goal. He's had a 32 and a 21-yard field goal.
Where's Doolin?
This is going to be a 29-yard field goal, he missed it. No, it's good. It was a knuckleball. It just did get inside the left upright. And Logan Moore hits the 3-pointer to make it a 44-31 ball game. 3:21 to play third quarter.
As long as the Scots, you hold them to 3, that's a shot in the arm. But I think it's psychological. As long as you can stay 14 and under, they know how quickly, Scots know how quickly they're capable of scoring.
Let's take a timeout. We've got 3 minutes, 21 seconds to play third quarter here at the Ford Center in the Star in Frisco with our score. Lone Star 44, Highland Park 31.
There's that scoring drive for Lone Star. They go 36 yards in 5 plays, take 54 seconds off the clock. And the field goal, the 29-yarder.
I guess we'll hold it right here.
Okay.
Well, Scots need something good to happen right here. Will they run some trickery on this?
Well, I mean, why not? If you've got them, we've seen the Starburst last week. We've seen the Not the bounce pass, but just the pass across from right to left. There's the other version of Starburst that's you huddle up and burst out of it. We'll see what the Scots are willing to do.
We've had 31 points scored in less than 9 minutes in this quarter.
If you like offense, this is your game.
It is, yes. Okay, Logan Moore has it teed up. Highland Park's ready to return it. Again, high, short, end-over-end kick. Fielded, Harrison Cullum, 27, 30, 35. There's a big scrum at about the 39. Still moving forward. They got to the 41. 14 yards on the return.
And you notice right behind Harrison Cullum, pushing him the hardest, was James Flowers, number 36. He's saying, I do this all the time. Just keep pushing, keep going.
Push from their own 30-yard line. Okay.
Lots of time left. 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Know that you got to, at some point, stop Lone Star or get a turnover out of them. But the Scots have, over the years, been in a lot worse situations than this.
Highland Park's got George Hunt out at center over the football now. They'll split Matthew White out left side. Empty set formation. Buck Randall in trouble. He'll tuck and run with it. There's lots of open room in front of him. He's got a first down. Slides down at about the 40. They're going to say he slid down at the 46-yard line.
First down.
That's a 13-yard run by the Scots quarterback.
I love Buck. He's decisive. He's not juking. He sees the hole. The coverage he wanted wasn't there, and he makes the decision and goes. Empty set.
Buck Randall looks back over to the sideline. Plays coming in. First down, Scots. Buck rolls right, throws right, and he just got rid of that one.
Just trying to get rid of that one, exactly. But it's a smart thing to do. It's not there what you're looking for. Go to live to fight another day.
Up on that offensive line for the Scots, Stewart all day. Mason McDowell, George Hunt, Benton Weathersby, and Tripp Townsend left to right.
And Mason McDowell taking Cooper Alt's place, who's dealing with a concussion, doing a good job.
Buck Randall tonight, 16 of 25, 263 yards, and 4 touchdown throws. He also has 2 picks.
Stack receivers out to the left.
And to the right as well. Here's Buck to set, to throw, right side caught.
Here we go, Olmsted.
It's going to be Charlie Olmsted. First down, Scots down to the 21. It's 24-yard gain in to stop him. Bryant Robinson. They didn't give him quite the progress. They put him down right at the 22-yard line.
Scots find a way to score a touchdown here. They're within 6. This game is far from over.
2:13 to play, third quarter. Buck Randall again to throw into the end zone. Has a receiver there. Oh, it's just out of the outstretched arms of Cannon Bozeman.
And that was number 5, Santonio Martin, in coverage. Just a little bit off target, but Bozeman has another touchdown.
Second down and 10, Scots.
I like the stack sets. Gives your, especially second receiver, really a good chance to separate and maybe get a little rub on the secondary.
Again, they stack the receivers on either side. Buck rolls out to the left side. Again, the right-handed quarterback trying to throw. He'll step out. He just had to get out of bounds. He'll lose about 3 yards. Well, they're going to say he lost 2 yards, put him out at the 25. Third down and long.
Well, good cover. Again, Lone Star knows what's coming. Scots aren't going to be running the ball. They're going to be passing the ball. And the secondary is doing a good job in zone coverage. Buck needs to hit something quickly. Get this first down.
Matthew White in the backfield. He'll motion out of the backfield. Passes across the middle, incomplete. Harrison Cullum couldn't quite get down there. It was a little bit low, a little bit in front of him. And fourth down now for the Scots.
Buck wishes he had that one back right there. He just short-armed it just a little bit.
It would be a 42-yard field goal if they tried it from here. Let's see what they'll do on this Forshee Law fourth down. Looks like the Scots are going to go for it.
Yep.
Down 44-31, minute 49 to go in the third quarter.
You have to, at some point, when Lone Star gets 3, you have to get 7. Let's see if they can do it right here.
Empty set formation. Buck Randall steps back. Here comes the rush. They'll throw this one over the head of Matthew White, incomplete.
He had him.
And the ball goes over on downs.
Had him down in the left corner, but just a little bit too much mustard on it.
Well, Lone Star is going to take over after holding Highland Park on downs. Martin True checks back in. He had gone out with what appeared to be a cramp earlier.
Bo Jones, Graham Rogers in at backer. Up front, Prowse.
Let's check in with Pat Sauer. He keeps
Cook.
Pat, you sound like you've got some ideas for this defense.
Listen,
what do you think?
Listen, that last possession, we brought pressure. We got to bring some pressure and put this quarterback, find out if he can handle some hits. Here we go.
All right. And they're going to run a quarterback draw. This is exactly where you need some of that physicality. He finally ran out of bounds on the right side. Jack Sumner chased him into his own sideline, but it's a 10-yard run by Trey Wright.
Well, again, the only way to avoid that is you have to stretch your defensive end so wide that then the holes open up inside. And when he turns and heads to his right, you can be in great position effectively and still not be able to catch right around the corner.
Trey Wright came into the game 72% completion rate. He's below that tonight, and he's thrown for more than 400 yards.
I'm really surprised with the score the way it is that Lone Star continues to run Trey Wright, because I'd be concerned that somebody he gets hit and he is a problem. I'm just shocked they're not handing the ball off.
Second down. Long 4 coming up right here.
Back to their H-back sniffer set.
That heavy set handed off up the middle this time, and it is going to be Isaiah Massey, his first carry of the night. He'll pick up 8 yards. Isaiah Massey had been running a lot earlier in the season. He only carried 1 time last week.
A little different looking with that bubble head on his padding on his helmet.
Is that so he doesn't hurt any of the defense?
Something like that.
Just joking. First down. Lone Star. Massey gets it again. This time he goes off right tackle. He'll be run out of bounds on the far side by Graham Rogers.
Good job, Graham Rogers, playing sideline to sideline.
Another 7-yard pickup. And I know you've said this 1,000 times. Pat said it almost 1,000 times. There was holding on that play right there, too.
There's lots of holding going on, but you can't bellyache about it. You just got to find a way to overcome it.
This time, quarterback fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Wright coming around the corner. He'll slide down after he picked up the first down. He goes for 7 more yards. Move the chains again. We're down to last play, probably, of the third quarter. Massey is his backup running back. Came into the game with 659 yards rushing, 270 receiving yards. He was averaging 8 plays.
I think earlier in the year he was a starter.
19 touchdowns. No, he's got only 6 touchdowns, 19 altogether with 13 receiving and 6 rushing. We need to take a break. We've come to the end of the third quarter, so our score as we head to the fourth quarter: Lone Star 44, Highland Park 31, and we'll be back. Fourth quarter gets underway next. She said 19, and I went 19 touch. Wait a minute.
You used to scare me. Now, I'm coming for you. Just to show you what I'm made of and who's in my corner. So go ahead. Tell me I can do it. Then watch me.
Vista Bank, powering Friday Night Lights since 1912.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scott, find a way.
Seaver has sauced it at the 5. He's into the end zone.
Scots find a way. First play of the fourth quarter, Isaiah Massey will take the handoff, goes up the middle, and the ball is loose, fumbled, but it's covered by one of the offensive linemen. And
Langdon McMurray almost had this fumble.
All right.
It's like Hobbs there, Graham Rogers raking it.
If you were sitting there thinking, it's almost like a video game. Third through 3 quarters of play, Lone Star has 623 yards of total offense. Here's a quarterback on a draw up the middle. 623 yards of total offense. If we stopped right now, they would have, well, they do have more yards than Highland Park's given up in any one game all season long.
They scored on every drive. Is that not correct?
No. They had the missed field goal.
Missed field goal. They were in position to score on every drive. Again, getting big push out of the Lone Star offensive line now.
Trey Wright has gone over 500 yards of total offense himself. Now he wants to throw, and he's going to tuck it and run. And there's a lot of green space. Made a great move. Got around one of the defensive backs down to the 1-yard line. They'll stop him there.
Graham Rogers saying, we'll see you again.
Highland Park not bad. They've got 325 yards through 3 quarters of play. 287 through the air for Highland Park. 38 on the ground. And 16 first downs. But when you put those up against Lone Star, Rangers have just been unstoppable tonight.
They have talent oozing from every spot.
Trey Wright has 596 yards of offense himself.
On the H-back, there he is.
Here goes
nice.
It's Hoyt. He's going to get stopped. Can't get there. Graham Rogers.
Graham Rogers with the nose for the ball. He's had all year long since he's been inserted in the lineup. He just has a sense of where to be. Let's see if he can do it again. Second down inside the 2 anyway. Look at that. Nice effort.
They've got that heavy set package set to the right side. Quarterback's going to take it himself, and he's in. Trey Wright adds another touchdown. I'm sorry, that was Carice Hoyt out of the
Wildcat set.
Wildcat. And that is his 3rd 1-yard touchdown run of the night.
Yep. Hoyt's had experience at that. Obviously, again, quarterback at Lone Star last year. Did a lot of that same thing.
Well, that makes it a 50-31 ball game. Extra point to come. Logan Moore. Foot into it. It's up, and it is good.
A lot of Scots fans.
Let's go ahead and take our timeout. 9:44 to play in this one, and it's a 20-point difference. Lone Star 51, Highland Park 31. We'll be back to the Ford Center right after this timeout.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scott, find a way.
Seaver has sauced it at the 5. He's into the end zone.
Scots, find a way. Scots, find a way.
It's caught. He didn't get in. Highland Park is back-to-back state champion.
Scots find a way.
Scots, find a way.
We are Dallas-born, Dallas-based, and family-owned. We support the Highland Park Scots.
Well, Highland Park.
Here we go.
We'll get the kickoff.
Here we go.
And Harrison Cullum fighting his way across the 45 down to the 46 before he's dragged down.
What an effort by Harrison Cullum. All the way back across. Got hit probably 4 or 5 times before he finally went down. Here's the scoring drive for Lone Star. The Rangers go 75 yards in 10 plays, take 3:59 off the clock. The touchdown and 1-yard dive by Carice Hoyt. Extra point is good. And with 9:33 to go in the game, it's Lone Star 51, Highland Park 31. All 10 plays of that drive were runs. Only 19 and 55 plays were runs before that drive.
Well, let's see if head coach Randy Allen unloads the basket of tricks and gadget plays and things like that. Here's a pass to Matthew White. 7 more yards there.
Brody Fan.
2nd down and 3.
And to make the hit right there.
Matthew White now 7 catches, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That would be his 4th biggest receiving game of the season.
Bozeman over here on the short side of the bottom.
Here's Buck Randall on a quarterback draw. He's got the 1st down. Finally going to be dragged down by Tasby. 8-yard pickup, though, for Buck. Move the chains. 17 1st downs now for the Scots.
Scots offensive line have weathered a lot this year. They've done a nice job.
Highland Park had come into the game on a 13-game winning streak. Here's Buck Randall, another quarterback draw. He faked as if he was going to pass it to Matthew White, who had gone in motion, but Chris Knowles, the nose guard, not fooled by that. Wraps him up after a very short pickup.
James Flowers in at the H-back now. See if Highland Park can generate a little running offense.
Again, White.
There we go.
Motions out of the backfield, catches a pass, turns it upfield. He'll get down near that 1st down marker. Official says he steps out at the 31. Make this a 7-yard catch.
Good blocking out in front by number 18, Jack Swaldy. Latched on to his cornerback and gave White room to run.
Highland Park's got 3rd and short, much better than what they've been averaging throughout the night. They've averaged 3rd down in 11. Here's that same pass to Matthew White out of the backfield. He caught it coming to the near side and will pick up the 1st down and then some. He's down, in fact, into the Randall Dentistry red zone.
Little bubble screen out there to Matthew White adds to his total. Good block by Bozeman and by Harrison Cullum on their respective defenders, giving Matthew White room to run.
17
yards. Find themselves inside the 15-yard line.
17-yard pass completion. Here we go. White again goes in motion.
Quarterback draw.
Quarterback draw up the middle, touchdown. 14-yard run for Buck Randall.
Great job. Great job.
It's not over yet.
I know a lot of people who think it is, but I was there at the Manville game.
We've seen magic before.
A lot of people left that too.
Here comes Sutton Stock to try the extra point. Make it a 2-touchdown football game. Snap, the hold, the kick, all of it's good. Highland Park now trailing by a score of 51-38.
Back under
7:22 to play.
Back under the 2-touchdown mark. Now definitely Scots need to try something here. They've got any plays left for the onside kick. They need one big one right here. Scoring drive for the Scots, 54 yards and 6 plays, 2:11 it took. Touchdown, a 14-yard quarterback draw to Buck Randall. up through the middle. Good lead blocking by Stewart Allday and James Flowers. Sox extra point is good. And again, as you said, Russell, 7:22 to go in the game. Lone Star 51, Highland Park 38. 2 touchdown advantage.
Yep, looks like they've got all their hands team out there. Everybody up near the line.
I remember Mateo Cordray had a hands team out there as well. And he looks like 2 kickers. So Shep Pryor's out there along with Stock, so it can go either way.
Shep is a left-footed kicker. Sutton is a right-footed kicker. Is that right?
Big hop.
Yeah. And it's Sutton Stock who kicks it. It's going to be covered by Bryant Robinson. And Lone Star will have it on Highland Park side of the 50.
Which is the other side of that double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You kick it, you don't get it, you got a short field.
Well, Highland Park's got their defense out on the field. Let's see if they can turn over Lone Star.
No, it looks bleak, but if you can rake the ball free and steal a possession, all kinds of things can happen.
You know, you look at the clock right now, 51-38, while a lot of people are going, I guarantee you, those guys in the blue jerseys down there, every one of them thinks they're coming back right now.
That's right, because they don't give up. They're incredibly resilient.
Trey Wright runs it himself. Ooh, boy, there was a very violent collision in there. That was Graham Rogers and Heston Lazenby.
And Rogers, helmet to helmet. I think Wright avoided it, somehow being under that collision. Well, but if he'd have gotten hit, I'm baffled they're still running Trey Wright if they think they're going to win this game.
Lazenby comes off the field. We're looking at him. It looks like he's okay. McMurray comes out to replace him. Second down, about 7 now. Handoff going up the middle.
Nice
Not a
hit.
lot there. Aaron Colon.
Nothing there, right there. That's Prowse in on the play at the bottom of the pile. Dennis Prowse didn't start off the year as a starter. It's come in with Hatcher's injury and done a tremendous job. All right, now.
Third down, about 7 needed. 6.5, 7 needed for a first down.
Can the Scots find a way? Can the Scots find a way?
About the only thing Lone Star has not done well tonight is convert third downs. They're 1 for 6. And there's a rush coming. Throw downfield, caught. Somehow, Zach Forbish caught it. They had 2 receivers in the same area. I thought they had underthrown the intended receiver, and Zorbish comes out of nowhere to make the catch.
And there you see the problem when you blitz right. Again, Highland Park had a untouched backer. Bo Jones coming off the outside, but can't corral Trey Wright, and he just floats out to the left and lays it up and says, go catch the ball.
That's 30 first downs now for Lone Star, and they've got it down in the Randall Dentistry red zone. 18-yard line. 5:56 to play. Lone Star will keep it on the ground. This is Gross. Broke a tackle right at the line of scrimmage and will slither down to close to the 13-yard line.
Martin True coming up to make the hit. True still down, though.
Boy, that is not a good sign. Hope that it's nothing serious. Dr. Field Scoville brings you our injury update. They're coming out to take a look at Martin right now.
Yep. Yeah, his arms are moving, so obviously that's what everybody wants to know. There he goes. Maybe he had cramps, because his legs were so straight that you thought, what's the deal there? But cramps, obviously. And we're happy to hear it. The
series between these two teams stands at 3-2. Highland Park's won 3 of the 5 that they've played, including last year.
Blake Newman in at safety for the Scots. Second down and about 5.
5:42 to play. Ball's down at the 13-yard line. They're going to let the play clock go down. It's at 24 seconds now. Trey Wright stepping up there to, I think, tell his offensive line that he's going to let the play clock go down. It'll take the game clock down to right at 5 minutes. 9-8. Now he'll snap it. Hands off to Gross. Gross broke 1, broke 2. Gross right at the goal line. They're going to spot him out of bounds just before he got to the pylon.
Great effort down there in the corner of the end zone by the pylon by Dean Doolin, cornerback over on that side.
Ronan Moreland was down there as well for Scots.
You see Prowse squeezing, and when he does, Gross bounces outside, and Newman and Doolin finish him off.
They've got the ball at the 1-yard line, and they're going to bring Hoyt back in at quarterback out of that Wildcat formation. He's got 3 one-yard touchdown runs, make it 4 one-yard touchdown runs tonight. And another score for Lone Star.
Tough to stop. Knew that coming in.
4:58 to play in our ball game. Got a chance to make it a 20-point difference with the extra point.
Well, game turned on that interception earlier in the first half. That was late. Could have gone into the locker room with probably a 20-17 deficit, but the interception kind of put all the momentum with Lone Star.
Logan Moore puts a foot into it, and it's good. Scots need 3 touchdowns. They're down by 20, 58-38 with 4:58 to play in our football game. It's a win or go home kind of thing. Get another look at that touchdown run a moment ago.
There's a lot of tired defenders in there for the Scots, I can promise you. They've been battling the whole game.
Let's check in with Jay Ellis. Jay, what's the mood like down there?
You know, we see this about once a year at most. And look, the offense is ready to get on the field and do their job. The defense is frustrated. I wouldn't say they're hanging their heads, but they're frustrated and angry. I imagine Highland Park offense is going to get out there and move the ball quickly down the field, and the defense is going to continue to try to find a way to make a stop, get another possession, or get a turnover. They don't give up, as Jim mentioned.
They will not.
Here comes the kickoff from Logan Moore. It's going to be high, and again, it's going to be short. Fielded at the 19-yard line. This is Cullum. Cullum found a little bit of a seam. He almost was able to squirt through that. Had he been able to, he would have gotten a number of more yards, but Bryant Robinson got him by the ankle, tripped him up. Okay.
Harrison's had a lot of return yardage tonight.
Here we go.
See if the Scots can muster one more score. And the 4:53 we have left.
Buck Randall wipes his hands. Has a running back to his left. Steps back. Wants to throw. Has that crossing pattern to Bozeman. He'll go out of bounds, 8 yards.
I thought Cannon's going to plant his foot in the ground and try to get upfield, but he says, okay, I'll take what I got and come back next play. What a great year Cannon Bozeman's had. All the Scots have, but Bozeman really, other than those 2-3 games he was out, he was electric every game that Scots played.
Second down, Scots. Buck throws flat left side. Charlie Olmstead. He'll take it for a first down. Scored out to about the 48. 9 yards. He'll spot him down 49-yard line. Highland Park using no time.
Glad Charlie
right back to the line of scrimmage.
Glad Charlie Olmstead recovered enough to play. He was out last week, but I know it would have broken his heart not to be out here for this one.
Buck Randall now 31 of 43 passing for 327 yards. And here's Cannon Bozeman in motion across the formation. Buck Randall sets, has some time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to tuck it and run.
Yeah, he avoided everybody
at the 45-yard line. So they're going to actually give him a 4-yard pickup and say he went down on the 47. 13 carries, 67 yards now for Buck.
Unfortunately, a lot of those were carries we'd rather not have run. Did a good job when he had the opportunity, though.
We're at the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter now. 58-38. Lone Star leads. Empty set. Buck to throw. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Throws downfield, incomplete. And out of bounds. Stops the clock with 3:49.
Trying to get the ball to Olmstead and up the sideline, and when the receiver's got you, when the defender has you pinned to the sideline, not much you can do there. Look at the Scott offensive line. Benton Weathersby be the one guy coming back that you see starting right now, coming back next year. Cooper Alt, who's been out this week for a concussion, will be the other junior returning starter.
Third down, Scots. They've got to get to the 41. Buck Randall in trouble. Throws this one up, and it's intercepted.
Blocking the
Picked
back.
off by the linebacker, and Nicholas Viveros will take it the other way the entire distance. Wait a minute, we've got a flag thrown back at midfield.
Got a block in the back.
Maybe coming back on a block in the back.
Clear block in the back.
It was after the interception, so likely the ball stays with Lone Star. Buck was getting hit as he released it, and that ball just fluttered up in the air.
Tried to run that sneaking running back down the middle of the field.
During the return, illegal blindside block, number 26 of the return team. 15 yards, first down, Lone Star.
Carwin Shaw, our referee, with the call right there. Exactly what we thought it was. And second interception tonight that has been thrown by, third interception tonight thrown by Highland Park. Yep, second by Viveros. And again, that is
one of them was a tip ball. One was quarterback being hit.
Yep.
Was the other one clean?
That's 14 interceptions this season by Lone Star. They've got it, 3:36 to play. They're going to hand it off. Gross will go up the middle. And Gross will just plow forward for 7 yards.
Big push that time by the Lone Star offensive line. Gross coming out of the game. Should have been running. It is running now. Clock's running.
Second down. Heavy set package in there again. They'll likely keep it on the ground again. This is going to be Hoyt. Goes off left tackle. He'll get the first down.
Ball. The point and ball. It's number 58, Charlie Brewer, coming off the bottom of the pile. Keep fighting.
Hoyt goes out of the game. They'll bring Gross back in at running back. They keep Colson Jaggers in at the H-back.
Jagger's had a big game both ways, defensive end and H-back. He's a big boy.
Again, Gross, same play. Handoff, dive play, and goes right up the middle. Goes for 8 more yards.
Langdon McMurray fighting through it. He looks like he's exhausted. He's hobbling, but he's not going out.
They didn't give us weights or heights on any of the offensive linemen, but just looking at that offensive line, they are big and physical.
They could go. They could win it all. They got to get through Alito, obviously, but they could win it all.
2-minute timeout.
That is going to bring us to the 2-minute timeout. 58-38. Highland Park trails Lone Star here in this regional final matchup. We'll take a break, and we'll be back to the Star in Frisco in just a moment. Conveniently located between Lovers Lane and University Boulevard on Preston Road. Not Just Soccer is locally owned and has served the Highland Park community for youth sports equipment needs since 1989. Whether you're looking for soccer, football, basketball, baseball, volleyball, or lacrosse equipment, they carry it all, and they take pride with specialists in each sport, and in many circumstances, you'll be helped by a current Highland Park athlete. Go Scots!
Hello, Trouble. We've sparred once or twice before. Back in the days when you used to scare me. Now, I'm coming for you. Just to show you what I'm made of and who's in my corner. So go ahead. Tell me I can do it. Then watch me.
Well, we're back with minute 53 to play in this one. Lone Star is going to pick up another first down right here.
Heston Lazenby in with Bo Jones. Bo giving a hug to his sophomore running buddy, Graham Rogers. Bobby Kennedy comes in the game. Another senior alongside Bo. Coaches, I'm sure, trying to get the seniors in as much as they can.
Man, it's heartbreaking it is to have the season come to an end. There's so many positives you could talk about. It was such a fun season. The Scots go through district undefeated again this year, district champions, and just so heartbreaking that it comes to an end at this point. But they have faced a Lone Star team that's mighty powerful.
Well, you know, if you're going to get beat, you want to get beat by somebody who's clearly better than you are, or clearly more talented, and I don't think you can argue that Lone Star has got some incredible players, so they could go a long way. But yeah, it's a gut punch. I don't care how far you've gone, whether it be to the state championship game or the regional game or whatever it is, it's a gut punch because you never see it coming.
They're going to have to snap it one more time. That should pretty much do it, I believe. And
Scots fought the whole way, though.
Highland
This
Park
is going to hurt.
will lose for only the second time this season. Lone Star will advance to the semifinals next week, likely to play Alito, who was up big last we checked in their game against Denton Ryan. But again, 58-38, our final score. We'll try to catch up with head coach Randy Allen. Not sure if we'll be able to get players tonight, but Brian Sperry's working on our final stats. And there you see head coach Randy Allen. We're seeing him on the big screen here.
You know, you just can't argue with what Lone Star did tonight. They are a quality team with a bunch of D1 stud athletes, and they played like it tonight.
Head coach Randy Allen shaking hands with all of the players and all of the other coaches. Jay, if you just let us know when you catch up to him, we'll try to get a few comments from him. Again, the final score tonight, 58-38. Lone Star beats Highland Park. And the stats. We've got some replays that we are going to go through. And so you'll be able to watch some of those replays as we hear from Randy Allen coming up momentarily. Again, nice year for Buck Randall, for Cannon Bose, for all these guys. The offensive line, we talked about how they had to kind of mix and match and change a few things.
Gel several times over.
But they continued to come back and play harder and better. The defense got better and better all season long, more physical.
Well, when you can make it to the regional final, you got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, the Scots played for a month longer than most other schools who packed up their equipment early November. And that for those guys coming back, that experience of playing in playoff games like this will motivate them to come back even stronger next year.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Highland Park will have lost 4 games in 2 years.
Yep.
And
we
put
always,
up those kind of numbers. It's
we always
incredible.
marvel at Coach Allen winning 11-plus games a year. Well, this is why. 12 win, this is what's expected from day one.
Pat Sauer, let's bring you into our conversation. What you got?
Yeah, I just want to say it's such a pleasure getting to know these parents every year. My kids have been gone a lot of years. This is, I guess, 10 years now. And the parents, these players, the class that they show, they score a touchdown. They don't taunt. They go do their job week in, week out. They're just such high quality, high class kids.
They're reflective of their parents.
They really are. And these parents are just so supportive and so supportive of each other and each other's kids. And, you know, it's just a culture that it's a winning culture in life, basically. So I appreciate all of you guys, and it's really fun to get to know you every year, and I look forward to next season, and as some of these younger players do. So I appreciate everybody.
I'll tell you what, let's go to a break here on our Burger House post-game show. We'll see if we can catch up with head coach Randy Allen. He's close. I think he's going over to talk to the players maybe. So let's go ahead and go to a break, and we'll come back. We'll see if we can catch up with Coach Allen right after this. The official burger of Highland Park football.
Burger House keeps my O-line fueled for the big games. I got your back.
Mouth-watering burgers, famous fries, handmade shakes and malts made the old-fashioned way, like they were back in 1951, when we first opened our doors. Next time you have the urge for a double-double and Jack's Famous Fries, stop in and step back in time to our neighborhood restaurant. We would love to see you. Go Scots!
It's the Baker Brothers replay. Team Baker Brothers really stopped that running toilet in its tracks. No more running toilets.
Now that's what I call a bathroom break.
Okay, Jimmy.
Call now to get this month's great deal from Baker Brothers.
Baker Brothers did a great job replacing my HVAC system and saving me money. Jimmy, show them what you did to that old unit.
Mission Control, Houston, we are you.
It's good.
No, it's great. Baker Brothers. Great service.
Scots find a way.
Scots, find a way.
Scots find a way.
Scott, find a way.
Samra Sawstead at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Scots find a way. Scots find a way.
It's caught. He didn't get in. Highland Park is back-to-back state champion.
Scots find a way.
Scots find a way.
We are Dallas-born, Dallas-based, and family-owned. We support the Highland Park Scots.
All right, I have Highland Park head coach Randy Allen with me. Coach Allen, your offense was successful at times tonight, putting up 38 points. Tell us about what you did in the air to move the ball and get it into the end zone.
Well,
we tried to free up, get mismatches, you know, and the guys that we thought could make big plays, and we had some big plays from our, you know, our receivers, and Buck made some great passes, and we just put ourselves in a bind. Anyway, right before half, we got a, you know, they scored to make it 10-point difference, and then right after half they score again to make it I think a 17-point difference or whatever. And then we came back, got within 10, and we couldn't narrow it down after that. They kept stretching it out on us to a 13-point lead, and I thought our guys gave it everything they had. I don't know if they had an ounce of energy left in them at the end of the game. And these seniors are just such a great group of guys, and what a great team. I mean, these guys, next man up was kind of their motto. We had a bunch of guys go down, and the next guy stepped up and played great. And I'm just really proud of them, and can't say enough about this season, how much they meant to me, and how close we were.
Coach Allen, the 2025 Scots were district champs. They're the regional finalists with a 12-2 record. It's never fun to end with a loss, but you and your coaching staff do such a great job of teaching these men more than just football. You teach them life. You teach them how to do things like handle disappointment. Talk about you know, the character of these guys you got to coach this year.
Yeah, well, you can see their character, the way they competed, you know, and they're great citizens, they're great students, and they really care for one another, and that's what makes them so good, is they love each other and they fight for each other. And, you know, they gave it all they had, and we just happened to catch a strong football team on their best night, and they forced us into some things that, you know, where we had to score every possession to stay with them. So,
Coach Allen, you said it. This is a great team, a great year, a great group of young men. Thank you for what you and the other coaches do for them.
Okay,
thank you. And that's head coach Randy Allen.
And Coach Allen's comments brought to you by Campese's Restaurant. And Brian's putting some final numbers together. We'll take a look at those as soon as he gets those finished. But kind of, you know, just kind of what Jay said. It's just, and what you said, it's a punch to the gut when you come to the end of the season, whether it's in week 10 or whether it's in week 14.
But you know, these guys have nothing to hang their head about, nothing to be ashamed of. They fought their tails off, even in a losing effort tonight, but they did it all year long. You saw it against Tyler, you saw it against Midlothian, you saw it against the other two Frisco schools, and you know, I'm sure you feel the same way. One of the highlights of my week is getting to talk to these kids and interview them and find out what's important to them and what they're all about. And again, the character they have is just incredible. You interview them and you go, that guy is going to be something special when he gets out of college, and he's pretty much something special right now. But this Highland Park team fulfilled their role in keeping the tradition alive this year.
Let's, if y'all can turn Brian Sperry's microphone on. I think he's got his numbers ready to go. We'll take a look at those before we wrap things up. Yep, I think you're on.
All right, well, got a lot to go over. An explosive night. Really, when you take the Highland Park numbers and look at them by themselves, really it looks explosive until it's up against what Lone Star did tonight. We'll go through the team totals first. Lone Star had 287 yards on the ground and 449 through the air for a total of 736 yards. They had the ball for 28 minutes, 13 seconds, 33 first downs. They did have 7 penalties for 77 yards, didn't turn the ball over. In fact, they ran the clock out to end the game, and the only other time that they didn't score was a missed field goal, and a close one at that, just a 22-yarder. And so they put themselves in scoring position basically every time until they were just putting the game away there at the end. The Scots had 327 yards of passing, 72 of rushing, 399 total. Their time of possession a little bit under 20 minutes at 19:47. 20 first downs, a clean played game. They had 3 penalties for 15 yards, but 3 turnovers that were obviously very costly. Noteworthy that Lone Star in the middle 2 quarters alone had 457 yards of offense. Individually, a lot of that was Trey Wright. He had 449 yards passing tonight, had 2 touchdown passes as well. His favorite target for the evening was Zach Forbish, who had 7 catches for 183. Davion Gross also went over 100 with 7 catches and 118. Wright also found Karis Hoyt for 3 catches and 71. Logan Brown had 5 catches, 43 yards and a touchdown. Aaron Colon had 3 for 18. And Braxton Wambach had 1 catch for 16. On the ground, Trey Wright had 19 carries for 176 yards. So he ended up with a total on the night of 625 yards between rushing and passing. The Lone Star didn't run the ball much besides Wright until the game got going. Davion Gross kind of toward the end of the game got himself to 66 yards on 7 carries. Isaiah Massey had 3 for 22, and Karis Hoyt had 17 yards on 8 carries. Individually for Highland Park, Buck Randall was 21 of 35. He had 4 touchdown passes, 327 yards, but 3 costly interceptions. Those all came in beginning with his last pass of the first half and then 2 in the second half. And then his favorite target tonight by far was Matthew White, who had 8 catches for 141, 2 more touchdowns to add to his season total. Cannon Bozeman had 4 catches for 84. Charlie Olmstead 3 for 35. Harrison Cullum, Snellman, Tanner also had catches. On the ground, the leading rusher was Buck Randall, 13 for 67. So a tough one tonight for Highland Park, losing 58-38.
Hey, great. Thank you for the stats. You know, I just want to once again to say to the dads, the captains' dads, thank you so much again for allowing all of us on our crew with Bagpipe Productions and Game On Network to be a part of this. Some people know, but some people don't. The dads raise all the money necessary to cover the team every year, and it's a huge job and something that they won't soon forget, I'm sure. But we just want to say thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of it. As I told Russell a minute ago, highlight of my day is talking to your kids when we interview them on Tuesday afternoon, and I'm just proud to be associated with a team in a community like Highland Park. And Russell, I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely. Before we say goodnight, though, Jay, I think wanted to jump in and have a real quick comment here, Jay.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to share, you know, a lot of these kids, everybody in the stands, whether it's as a parent, as a former player, as a member of the community, as a family member, it's hard and tough. But I tell you what, we can take a great example from the way these kids handle it. They're out here and tears in many of the eyes, and you know what they're doing? They're hugging each other and they're telling each other how much they mean to each other and how great it was to go through it with each other. And even in those sad tears, you see them. There's sort of a smile with it. It's, you know, they know they didn't get the result they wanted, but man, they got to be on the ride. And you know, Coach Overall Jones used to always say, it was the Garth Brooks quote. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance, and that's the way it goes. You know, almost every team in the state loses their final game, and Highland Park does that less often than most schools. But man, it's hard. And Jim, you've been there as a coach and a player, and it's painful, and to watch it's painful. But it also reminds you why you love the game of football and why these kids love it. And we here at Highland Park are so fortunate to have a coach and a coaching staff and an administration and a community that builds these young men up. And they're better people for the experience. And I'm just thankful for Coach Allen and his staff and these young men and their families who bought in and gave everything they had for this program, and the juniors and sophomores and freshmen, and even the young ones, they'll be back next year, and we'll be kicking off and playing Highland Park football again in 26. But congratulations to the class of 26 for their senior season in 2025.
Yep, and thanks for letting us be a part of it. Thanks to Pat Sauer and to Jay Ellis, to my broadcast partner Jim Castellaw, to Brian Sperry, to all of our families, to Game On Sports Network production crew. You guys have been a joy to work with this summer, and to all of you out there listening, thanks so much. Russell Scott saying so long. We'll talk to you next season. Again, the final score: Lone Star 58, Highland Park 38. Good night. God bless. We'll talk to you next season.